Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Doyle Field.
Congratulations, and we'll get that to you coming up.
It's the countdown to the Classic here at historic Doyle Field, working our way to 6 o'clock in the kickoff of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. Much like Christmas, I feel like a kid on Christmas morning. I'm waiting, I'm feigning being asleep right now before I go running downstairs and tear into the gifts. We're going to have all that excitement for you coming up here from historic Doyle Field, and that is going to be a fantastic clash between these two teams. And what you guys have been talking about it. Go ahead, Bill Thomas.
Well, I want to chime in about something just happened on the field. Scholastic Sports Zone, along with Dick Tucker, who co-hosts, just presented Principal Dzinski with an AED, courtesy of John and Luann Elselsa, who are a strong proponent of what the AED does for safety and kids and to be at every school. So Scholastic Sports Zone just presented Leominster High School with an AED for them to use for their sporting and general purpose use.
Howie Kahn, the K-Zone, and the Scholastic Sports Zone have been supporting that AED program now for a number of years. Fantastic and very worthwhile program. It's such an important item to have on any athletic event. As we continue with our countdown to kickoff, clash between the two titans of Leominster and Fitchburg, a battle that historically has a record of 66, 60, and 10 all-time. Leominster with the 66 wins, 60 losses, 10 ties. Fitchburg, the 60 wins, 66 losses, and 10 ties all-time. Coming off of a year last year that was a Fitchburg victory, the 112th edition of the Thanksgiving Classic, a 34-21 final score. These two teams have had years that, have been building for this moment. Maybe their playoff fortunes didn't go the way they wanted it to. Maybe a lot of things about this 2018 season didn't go the way they wanted it to. But tonight, one team will walk away in the historic first night meeting of the Thanksgiving Day Classic with the win that's going to make this year feel that much better.
And somebody's going to either continue a winning streak or start a new one. We know Leominster was on a walk on Thanksgiving. Pittsburgh broke that streak last year, and a game that wasn't no one that was close, as the score indicated. Pittsburgh dominated from beginning to end, rightfully so, came out on top. But I think it's a great time for Leominster to restart a winning streak of their own, and no better time to start right in the first quarter, get possession, and let's get some points.
And there is no better way, no better final word, the man with the pen who brings us the thoughts and classifies it all together this year on Leominster TV as we welcome them into our broadcast as well. They'll be with us throughout the night on Comcast, Verizon, and on Facebook Live as well, and streaming on their website at leominster.tv. 20 years ago, they started this broadcast coverage. Myself and Rich Levy have been celebrating our 20th year, here all year long on Leominster TV. And for the first part, that very first year in 1999, right here at Doyle Field for our first Thanksgiving broadcast of what is now Leominster TV. And the LHS poet Bob Cross was part of those broadcasts. He would join me pregame and at halftime, and we had time postgame as well. And he started bringing that tradition back of writing the poem each and every year that he had done for all those years with Joe White and Dave Clark on then WEIM, now right here on WPKZ, the K-Zone. And we love having Bob's poems be a part of it each and every year. Bob is out there, he's joining us and listening tonight. Bob has not written a special in the last couple of years. His health is waned on him a little bit, but I talked to Bob yesterday. He's in phenomenal spirits. He's incredibly excited for the game. I'm quite certain he's already listening to our countdown to kickoff.
Did you hear they called for volunteers for the chain gang again tonight?
Once again, they did call for volunteers.
Come on out.
For the chain gang. And that actually brings up an opportunity to mention, as when I was talking to Bob yesterday, Thank you. The original chain gang. Bob Cross, of course, was captain of that chain gang for 27 years. For 20 of those 27 years, he was joined by Bob Bissonnette, Ray Smith, and Ray Allard. John Salisbury filled in when Bob was starting to ail and health a little bit. Wasn't able to stand up for those entire games and started joining us up here on the press row. So we really are thinking of you, Bob, on this Thanksgiving as we get set for the 113th meeting of Leominster in Fitchburg. And so to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Leominster TV's coverage, we go back to 1999, the very first Thanksgiving Day special on broadcast on Leominster TV from the fall of 1999, right here on the K-Zones. Countdown to kick off the LHS poet, Bob Cross.
This year's special is dedicated to John Cully. For anyone he's ever met, he's always taught a lesson. And everyone, because of it today, is a better person. Now here we stand first and goal at 10. With the Thanksgiving Day victory, we will have scored a touchdown of life and be remembered for all Devils past, present, and future. Now what is a Thanksgiving Day football game between Blue Devils and Red Raiders? It is the Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl, Sugar Bowl, and even the Orange Bowl, all rolled into one for high school games. It is war, it is love. It is football tradition at its very best, and 100% effort from each player. You will witness nothing less. It's the greatest rivalry in the entire land. The 100th, 102nd, 113th, this year's 116th tiebreaker is proof of that, so proud we all should stand. Some people's special effort you cannot begin to measure. Yes, that is why the game is played, for everyone's great pleasure. For anyone who participates, for sure you should be thankful, and everyone who attends the game, forever be grateful. Now, a hard-fought game it is certain to be, and some may even fall, so let me at this special time wish good luck to all. And even though you may not win, take everything in stride. The pain will go away in time, so hold your heads with pride. For you see, we love you, because you are the wonderful Blue Devils from Leominster High. Now, a happy Thanksgiving to everyone from the LHS poet, the Leominster High Blue Devils will win today. I just know it. Thank you. I say, it creates a special kind of magic in the year. For either team to lose today always seems so unfair. Thanks and God bless everyone.
And that's the LHS poet, Bob Cross, with the final word on our countdown to kickoff. 7 minutes to the top of the hour on our Rollstone Bank and Trust countdown to kickoff. And as we see Leominster come on their run out of the tunnel, getting set for this historic first Thanksgiving matchup in the evening, underneath the lights. 124 years these teams have matched up, 137th meeting tonight, and 113 of them have been Thanksgiving Day Classics. And we will have it all for you here on AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZ.net. Crowd continues to file in here at historic Doyle Field as well on what is going to be a phenomenal and historic night, Kate.
You've got that right, absolutely. I was asking you a question. I just wanted an answer to my question.
Okay. Well, we've got the coin toss coming up here.
Yes.
Here at Doyle Field. We'll stay right here.
Wait to see if you send it to break or not. That's all.
I will chime in. The crowd is building.
Indeed.
I just took a look outside here. Great showing here on the Leominster side, and a very nice turnout over on the Fitchburg side, I'll add.
And if you are within the sound of our voice, we encourage you to bring your radio with you. Come on out to historic Doyle Field, as Bob Cross says, buy a Turkey Day ticket and enjoy the fun.
Now, Billy, I have one thing to bring up to you. I was as always following Chad Gardner on Facebook and on Twitter, and even though he works for Fitchburg Public Schools now, he did post a phenomenal article. He just had one. There is a young man, if you see a member of the Fitchburg band in football pants, there is a young man who plays on the varsity football team for Fitchburg and also plays in the band, okay? His name is Zechariah Adamu, and he absolutely enjoys and loves playing in the band. He will not give it up. So he plays football during the game, and at halftime, he's part of the halftime show for the band. So if you see a Fitchburg band member out there at halftime in white football pants, that's your guy.
Because we do have a mix of Fitchburg and Leominster band members out here combined doing the national anthem, which is always a great tradition, and following up with that again this year, but we'll have to watch for that. It's fantastic.
Indeed it is. The 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic on this Thanksgiving Eve under the lights at historic Doyle Field. Last last couple of moments here as we await coin toss and a chance for some final thoughts and predictions on what we're going to see tonight. Kate, we'll start with you.
I think that you are going to see both Fitchburg and Leominster rely on their hallmarks that they've been relying on all year. Their defense. Defense is going to be key, but I agree with Billy. We talked about it earlier. The conditions and kind of the nerves of tonight, whoever makes the fewest number of mistakes, that is the team that's going to be victorious. Leominster needs to establish the run. Coach Palazzi already said he's expecting a big night out of Adam Couch and Connor Marchand, and in my opinion, Fitchburg needs to establish a consistent passing game if they want to be consistent and successful. So we'll see. I think it's going to be an absolutely well-matched game.
Bill Thomas,
just to add to that,
yep.
Kate's spot on. I think that, as she alluded to it, both teams are very adept at running the ball. Fitchburg has a slight edge, I think, in passing the ball. The run is going to set up the pass. Whichever team can take advantage of that and take advantage of the tough passing conditions, I think is going to be on top at the end of the game.
Fitchburg's entire team right now is essentially in the coin toss right now.
They're out at the hash mark.
Ramped up.
And I'm kind of surprised Leominster hasn't joined their captains out there.
They are linked
But
arm in arm over
there.
here on the sideline. Bill Thomas, we are ready for the coin toss, which somewhere in our notes here we have a sponsor for. It's
Every game you do.
yes. Oh, here we go. Hang on. It's brought to you by Woodcombe Insurance. Call them at 978-840-8700 or find Woodcombe Insurance on the web at woodcombe.com. As Bill Thomas and Kate were talking about moments ago, teams are at midfield. And Bill Thomas, what do you got? Bill Goslin as our
Well,
crew
it looks
tonight.
like Fitchburg has won the coin. Let's see, no, Leominster has won the coin toss. They have deferred, and they are going to defend the goal to our right, the end zone to our right. Fitchburg will be receiving the opening kickoff, defending the goal to our left. Let's play some football.
Indeed it is. The pageantry and drama of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic comes your way next. We've got the national anthem by the combined bands. We'll have it for you here on the K-Zone and then straight in to kickoff as we're with you here, right straight through for this one. What a night. You could feel the energy in the air as the building continues to fill up with folks, and comments we're already seeing online. People all across the country and all across the world are going to participate as part of this one, as they have each and every year, and we look forward to having you be with us all night long.
Yeah, this isn't just a hometown rivalry. This is a worldwide rivalry when you look at the expanded areas that the alums from these two schools end up. The main people is 800 to 1,000 people checking with us on past Thursday Thanksgiving games. Just shows the prestige and value this game holds.
Indeed it does. It is time now for that national anthem. Again, the combined Leominster and Fitchburg High School marching bands standing each and every other, one blue, one red, one blue, one red, all the way around, under the direction of their drum majors and their coordinators. Barry Hudson for Leominster, Tabitha Greenlees for Fitchburg High School.
With respect to the rivalry, a noted journalist and a friend to athletes everywhere. We ask, out of respect for the rivalry, a moment of silence for Frederick B. Sullivan, Fitchburg High School Class of 1960 and Fitchburg High School Hall of Fame. Thank you. Would ask you to please all rise. Please remove any hats and helmets facing to the west and our beautiful U.S. flag as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Tonight performed by the Leominster High School Marching Band under the direction of Barry Hudson and drum major Tess Reed, and tonight joined by the Fitchburg High School Marching Band.
And that's it. Just like that, the pageantry and the drama of pregame for the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg. The 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic is over. In moments, it's just a football game. The bands begin to form up and march their way off of the field. Of course, that's like saying, the Super Bowl is just a football game as well. It's the biggest game, the Clash of the Titans, a Thanksgiving Day Classic for the ages, and we're going to have it for you here on the K-Zone, AM 1280, 105.3 FM, streaming live at WPKZstream.com, as well as on our partners at Leominster TV on Comcast, Verizon, and also across the world at Leominster.tv and on Facebook Live. Bill Thomas, we've got kickoff.
And for more than 25 years, Troy Hebert has been known for excellence in the building and remodeling industry. And with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, you know you're getting the best when you contact with Troy Hebert. Find Troy Hebert online with TroyHebertConstruction.com and line up your free estimate. Now, with the call of the game, the voice of the classic, Todd Robbins.
All right, Bill Thomas, thank you so much. We are ready for kickoff. Ball on the tee. Anthony Larson's got it teed up 40-yard line at our right. With the right foot, the kick downfield it goes, skips inside of the 5-yard line, hits Aussie Guy, and then he takes it in the end zone and kneels it down. Make that Devin De Leon who took it off the number and then into the end zone and finally knelt it down. And that's where Fitchburg will start. First down and 10, their own 25-yard line.
Interestingly enough, the Fitchburg return man playing with fire a little bit. Darren Leominster to come all the way down to the end zone on finally taking a knee.
We have people checking in from all over the country already. Joanne Laney Greer from Punta Gorda, Florida, class of 1955, checking us out on Facebook Live already.
And we're happy to have everyone with us worldwide. However you participate, there's no better tradition than this one. Here comes the Red Raiders. First down and 10. Their own 25-yard line coming left to right, and a flag is out for procedure already. The noise inside of Doyle Field, the loudest we've heard all 2018 long, and a procedure penalty against the Red Raiders will make it a 1st and 15 as they march back to their own 20-yard line. We will meet the Fitchburg offense coming up here in just a little bit. Andrew Brooks, the quarterback, in the gun. The snap and the give went for Anthony Oquendo. Oquendo finds a little room just off of the right guard. Forward he goes. Gains about 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and about 12 to go.
Oquendo, one of those running backs, will be featured tonight in Fitchburg's rushing offense.
Brooks again now on 2nd down and 13. Calling signals, looks over to the sideline now, just 30 seconds in to this 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg. Scans now, make some adjustments at the line. De Leon pinches in a little closer from the left. Still the gun. They move the running back Oquendo to the right of the formation. And now Brooks sets De Leon in motion. And the snap and the give straight up the middle. Oquendo finds some room into the 2nd level across the 20 and cut down at around the 29-yard line. Kate has the starting lineups brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment for the Fitchburg offense.
Drew Brooks, 15, senior captain, quarterback. Anthony Oquendo, number 4, freshman, running back.
Luis Alderando Jr., number 24, junior, running back.
Jesus Padilla, number 27, sophomore, halfback.
Aussie Guy Jr., number 2, senior captain, wide receiver.
Caleb Smith, number 6, senior, wide receiver.
Devin De Leon, number 9, senior captain, wide receiver.
Jacob Walker, 74, senior, offensive tackle. Samson Faulkner, number 73, freshman, offensive guard.
Daniel Dudek, number 63, senior, center.
Peter Rivera, 53, junior, right guard.
Ryan Justin, number 78, senior, offensive tackle.
And that's the Fitchburg offense brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment. De Leon back to pass on 3rd down. Brooks back to pass on 3rd down. Looks out to his left and throws over the head of De Leon. It may be a lateral, and that pass will squib out of bounds. So a loss on the play for the Raiders. They rule it incomplete. 4th down and 5 to go. And Saavedra's into punt for the Red and Gray.
Unfortunately, that ball went out of bounds, so officials didn't have to make a call.
Good snap
Strong
for
call.
Saavedra. He tries to keep it low, line drive. Hard wind as he was coming left to right with that punt, right into that hard right to left wind, coming from the upper field down across the lower bowl, and that was knocked right out of the air around the 45-yard line, and that's where Leominster will have the football. First down and 10 at the Red Raider 45-yard line, coming right to left.
That's their best starting field position of the night, Bill Thomas.
It's the first one, too. And we've already seen the effect of that win, about 15 positive yards out of that punt. Not much else you could do with these kind of conditions, and I think the Leominster taking field position to start the game with the win might already pay off here with their first drive.
Little jealous, more people from Florida. Kevin Fisher, class of 66, checking in.
Taunting us.
First down and 10 to go. J.C. Cora from the Red Raider 45 coming right to left. The snap calls his own number, follows the center Jack Philbin straight up the middle across the 40-yard line and taken down around the 37. It's a first down gain of 7, second down and 3.
You know, and we talked a little bit pregame about the rushing attack of both teams, but I think that where Leominster might have an edge. J.C. Cora not afraid to call his own number during these last 4 or 5 games, and it's really paying off.
Second down and 3 to go from the 42-yard line of the Red Raiders. Blue Devils coming right to left. Cora heading up under center. It's going to be a standard I formation. Marchand the down fullback. Couch dots the I. Now calling signals Cora. They'll shift. Offset split to the right. They'll move the tight end Del Judas to the left of the formation. Now under center Cora. The snap. Give it to Couch. Finds some room. Cuts back inside the left tackle. Cross the 40-yard line and taken down there. Right around looks like the 38-yard line.
They're going to give him the 35, and I think they're going to give him a first down.
Bill Goslin says close enough.
Yes, indeed.
Come on down, mockers. 35-yard line.
The field, as the night has gone on, some of that snow, as the heat from the bodies and flying all over the place, has started to remove some of that snow, ice, melt that is on top of the SportX surface. So we're starting to be able to see a little bit better, but with the sheen coming from the overhead lights, the numbers are going to be a little difficult. Here comes the first down carry. The give is for Couch. Takes it to the right of the formation with some room. Still on his feet across the 30-yard line to the 25 and cut down at the 24-yard line. It's another Blue Devil first down for Adam Couch on a gain of 11.
Strong 11 yards. Baltnoth's tackle is all the way down to that first down.
Gain of 11 for Couch. It moves the sticks yet again. Leominster already with 2 first downs, 3 rushes for 21 yards total. They're averaging 7 yards per carry thus far early in the first.
7:10 to play in the first quarter. First down and 10 for the Blue Devils. From the 23, snap, Cora calls his own number, finds some room, into the second level, breaking away to the defense, inside the 5, to the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown for J.C. Cora.
Not afraid to call his own number, showing a lot of confidence and showing off right there. J.C. Cora, right up the middle, quarterback sneak. I'm basically untouched off the right side. Saw something, they loved it.
And confetti has gone up here in the stands here at historic Doyle Field. That's a first.
I love it. I love
That's
it.
a 24-yard touchdown rush for the sophomore quarterback, J.C. Cora. PAT to follow right here.
Indeed it is, and Anthony Larson does the kicking. Brian Rodriguez still holds. Snap, ball down, kick is up, and it's over the bar. Team's coming back up the field. 6:58 to play in the first quarter, the score. Leominster 7 and Fitchburg nothing. You're listening to the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us over on Leominster TV tonight as part of this Thanksgiving Day Classic. Bradley Bedard's on top of the truck, bringing you the great look at this one high above the surface here at historic Doyle Field. Had some questions out there. For Verizon customers, you can find us on Verizon Channel 32. For Comcast, it's channel number 9 out there for those of you that are joining us tonight.
We got to remember the players' names people are asking for them.
And just let me say, I'm going to chime in real quick when we come back to radio. I think
back to historic Doyle Field here on the K-Zone. Todd Robbins, Bill Thomas, Kate Robbins as well. The 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Classic. On the return from the kick, Larson, end over end. It will be returned by Trey Winters. And Winters finds some room, and he's off to the races down the left numbers. He's got midfield. In, down he goes across the 40-yard line. Go 35, and he's cut down just shy of the 30-yard line. Trey Winters started that return at the Fitchburg 10 and found all sorts lots of room down the left side of the field and well deep into Blue Devil territory.
And what a spark plug there to give Fitchburg their best starting position, field position. But I'm going to just go back to that drive real quick. 2 memories made. Cora running for a touchdown, and Larson kicking an extra point. You think that they care this game isn't on Thursday? No, 2 memories
so
right
much.
there.
7-0 Leominster lead, but here comes the Red Raiders. 1st and 10 in Brooks in a shotgun formation. The snap fakes the give. It's the delayed draw for the quarterback. Straight up the middle goes Brooks behind the center, Dan Dudek. He crosses the 30-yard line. He's taken down around the 28. Goes for a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5.
That run back was a 50-yard return.
50-yard return for Trey Winters here in the 1st quarter. Brooks on a 2nd down and 5, the shotgun snap and the give, and immediately swallowed up on the play. It was Caleb Smith who got the handoff and went straight down to the turf.
Did you see Zach Del Judas in Brooks's face?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, business is heating up already. We're only in 6 minutes, 5 minutes into the game.
Loss of 2 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 7 to go. Shotgun set here. 2 backs in the backfield with Brooks. Scans the line. De Leon, one of the 2 receivers out to the right. Snap, delayed give, keep it himself. Brooks finds some room on an open left side of the field. Down the left numbers to the left sideline. He's angled out of bounds across the 10. It will be a 1st and goal for the Red Raiders.
Do you think the quarterbacks have found something? They each want to take charge of this game and not afraid to call their own number. Touchdown saving tackle by Adam Couch out there from his safety position.
Brooks, of course, a senior, correct, Todd?
Yes, he
playing
is.
in his final game for the Red and Gray. J.C. Cora on the Leominster Blue Devil side of things, only a sophomore, but both putting these teams on their back thus far, not to be outmatched.
5.5 minutes to play here in quarter 1. Leominster's lead is 7-0. Fitchburg is knocking on the door on a 1st and goal from the 10. Snap and the give, straight up the middle it goes, in the hands of, it looked like Luis Alderando on the carry there. Alderando with some room straight over the middle, and Fitchburg working quickly here. Kate, we'll get to those starters at the next break in the action. It's 2nd and goal now for Fitchburg around the 5. Out of the gun, 2 backs in the backfield. The snap and the give. It's Alderando again. Alderando in a race to the edge. Brian Rodriguez catches up to him and spins him down back at the 10-yard line. A loss of 5 on the play.
Nice job there. Tough way to go, trying to run that sweep tonight. Not a lot of footing out there, and I think both teams have shown up the middle is the way to go. We'll have to see if they put that play in their pocket for a while.
3rd down and goal to go from the 10-yard line again. Raiders, a little confusion over on the sideline. Alderando was heading out, and now there goes Aquendo out as they try to figure out who the backs are in. Meanwhile, sprinting into the play, it's Andrew Brooks screaming at the line as they've been waiting at the line of scrimmage for the snap. 10 seconds on the play clock. Brooks screaming signals to the trips receivers out on the left.
No one covering those receivers.
And there's the snap and the give, and Alderando and the race to the edge. Going to try to turn the corner, running laterally across the 10. He ran out of real estate, and he's out of bounds. Zach Del Judas got to him and took him down. Huge loss on the play. It'll be 4th and goal for the Raiders back at the 15-yard line.
And I think they're going to be convinced to put that sweep in their pocket right now. 2 sweeps, about 10 yards in losses, and very surprising in the call play over
Todd,
there.
you mentioned that in the games that we played, Fitchburg was very successful running to that outside edge. Clearly, that's obvious on tape. Clearly, Coach Palazzi and the Leominster coaches are keying off on that, and they are not going to let Fitchburg beat them on that outside edge.
And here come the Red Raiders on 4th and goal, going left to right into the teeth of the wind and snow. Rolling out, throwing across his body, corner of the end zone. Brian Rodriguez leaps to play the ball. The pass falls incomplete. It's a turnover on downs.
Fortunate that the wind took control of that, and we got a little
Caleb
curricula.
Smith got into it there with Felipe Garcia. No, make it Aguilar on the play. They got into it with him. They got connected up on the play. It was Fernando Aguilar. Might have put a hand in the face of Caleb Smith. Smith was the receiver that was locked up with Brian Rodriguez in the end zone. Nonetheless, it'll come on a 15-yard penalty after the 4th down turnover for the Blue Devils.
Dead ball foul. Going to cost them some field position, but saw the full effect of the wind right there. That ball had a chance, wide open receiver, but by the time it came down, Rodriguez plenty of time to get back into coverage.
That hard left to right wind keeps blowing drifts down off the upper field here at Doyle Field and sending them across the playing surface. Another snow drift just went flying by, if you will.
That's going to bring them out to the 7-yard line now.
Got some problems with the chains over on the far side. They didn't get them set up. It's going to be 1st and 10 after the 15-yard penalty for the Blue Devils. They're inside of their 10-yard line, looks like about the 5. Under center, shift the man in motion, it's Rodriguez. Flag is out on the play, and it's a procedure call against the Blue Devils.
That'll back them up again.
Yes, indeed. So it'll be half the distance here as they're running out of room to back up.
About 3-yard penalty here. From the, I believe, line scrimmage is a 7. Kind of tough to tell.
It's going to put them at the 2.
White numbers have white snow on them. We're kind of guessing on the lines.
We can see one of the pylons down there in the left corner of the end zone. They're out about 3 yards from it, so we'll call it 1st and 15 from about the 3, and now the wing official from the near side comes in.
We want to say hello, class of 1978, Ross Amico checking in as well. We've got Miguela Oliva, class of 97 as well. We've got class of 79, Alice Goins checking in as well. Who else? We have all sorts of people. We have J.C. Cora's uncle, Todd Bork,
yeah,
very
Todd
excited.
Bork, he had a very revved up speech out on social media to rally the troops coming into today's game.
More wins, here we go.
And on 1st and 15 at the Blue Devils' back, here comes a squall. Under center out of a 2-back set. The give, it goes off the left of the formation in the hands of Couch. He crosses the 5-yard line to the 6, gains back most of the penalty. It looks like it'll be 2nd and 11 from about the Blue Devils' 6-yard line as they come right to left, wearing the classic royal blue tops, royal blue bottoms, trimmed in white numerals front and back, the classic white helmets with the single royal blue stripe up the middle. Meanwhile, the red and gray on the color-on-color Thanksgiving Day, where the brick red tops with the brick red helmets and white grills, white bottoms to go with the uniforms. Under center goes Cora, 2-back split offset to the left. The snap and the give, it's Couch. He spins it to the right of the formation inside of right tackle, gains maybe a yard on the play to about the 7, maybe the 8-yard line. It'll be 3rd down, 3rd and about 9 to go.
Now, Billy, this is what we've been seeing and occasionally out of the Blue Devils. All of a sudden, they get a little bit of production out of their run offense, and then all of a sudden it kind of tends to stall. Couch and Marchand have to keep things going. This run has to remain established in order for them to be successful.
And time for Cora to mix himself back in, too.
3rd down and 9 to go for the Blue Devils. Cora has got a 2-back split behind him. It's Marchand and Couch. They shift Del Judas to the left of the formation. Under center, the snap. A fake, and Cora keeps it himself. He's shaken across the 10-yard line. Now the 15, hit from behind and taken down to the play. Devin DeLeon with a huge smack.
Looks like he came up a couple yards short of the 1st down, though. A little shake and bake didn't quite get him enough yardage.
And that'll bring up a 4th down and about 2 to go for the Blue Devils. They need to move the football to about their own 18-yard line by our estimation. They're short by about 1.5 yards.
See what Blue Devils punt team can do with this wind at their back here.
Umpire Dave Douglas had to recover the football. The wind came down off the hill and blew it off of its spot on the field.
Big spot here for Connor Marchand.
Indeed. Marchand will punt, stands at his own 5-yard line to receive the snap. Trey Winters is back to the right of the formation to return. The punt, a low line drive, skips about the 48-yard line. Beautiful Blue Devil bounce across the 25-yard line and fallen on by the Red Raiders deep back into their own territory there. A nice rugby-style punt. Aussie Guy covers it up for the Red and Gray.
65-yard punt on that one, of course, with the wind to their back.
And a nice low line drive, too. Great job by Connor.
Let's meet that Blue Devil defense while we have a moment.
Okay, I'm ready.
Go ahead, kid.
I'm Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play defensive tackle.
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Pena, number 55, senior, defensive lineman. My name is Caleb Nachioni, number 67. I'm a sophomore, defensive tackle.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore, defensive end. Connor Marchand, number 22, senior middle linebacker.
Zach Del Judas, 81, senior linebacker.
Elijah Martinez, number 44, senior linebacker.
Adam Couch, number 21, senior cornerback.
JC Core, number 6, sophomore safety.
Hi, I'm Anthony Larson, number 88, senior cornerback.
Felipe Garcia, number 5, senior safety.
Brian Rodriguez, number 4, senior corner.
And That starting lineup for the Blue Devil defense brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment. Anthony Oquendo had the first down carry for about 3 yards. Here comes second down and about 7 to go. Oquendo gets the handoff again. He tries to go left along the 25-yard line, and down he goes. Maybe a short gain on the play. Looks like third down and about 6. And Bill Thomas, too much lateral running for the Red Raiders right now.
Yeah, you know, we saw a couple of failed sweeps down here, and the Red Raiders not taking advantage of any type of power rushing game. A lot of hesitation and misdirection, and a couple of plays at work, but for the most part, the swarming Blue Devils defense is corralling that kind of motion, stopping them from short gains.
Shout outs to Kathy Mappy Thompson, class of 70, Stephen Nigel Martin, class of 66, Stephen McCumber, class of 73, Jennifer Pumphrey, class of 91, George Emery, that's a Fitchburg class of 95.
Third down snap and a roll out to the left and throw in the grasp, and the pass is incomplete. Trey Winters was the receiver in the area, according to the wing official, and so the pass is incomplete. Did it make it to the line of scrimmage? According to Bill Goslin and crew, it did.
No, it didn't. No, it did not.
42 seconds to play here in the first quarter, 7-0 Leominster lead. It'll bring up a Fitchburg fourth down.
That was at least 2 yards short of the line of scrimmage, but he was outside the tackle, so the officials giving him the benefit of the doubt.
We'll say Leominster is rather versed in the intentional grounding calls throughout the year. They'd seen plenty of them.
Once again, a punt into the wind here.
Fourth down, 7 to go. Damian Zavedra stands at his own 15-yard line to receive. He'll be punting into that wind. Last time didn't work out so well, even though he tried to keep it low. Good snap to Zavedra. Got it away this time. Wind went still, but it does start to spin on the third axis. Across the 45-yard line, takes a short Red Raider bounce to the 49, and that's it. Leominster gets the football. First and 10 at the Red Raider 49-yard line, going right to left for another 31 seconds here of the first quarter. Let's get a check of our time and temperature. Brought to you by Acme Carpet One in Lunenburg, a local family-owned floor covering store doing business in the same location for over 50 years. Online at acmecarpet1.com. 30 degrees under partly cloudy skies and wind. Yes, there is a lot of it. It feels like 18 degrees here at historic Doyle Field at 6:22 on a Wednesday, November the 21st, the first ever night game of the Thanksgiving Day rivalry. The 113th meeting played on a Wednesday night. The snap and the give straight up the middle. It's Connor Marchand. Marchand with some room into the second level. A flag out from the back judge as Marchand crosses the 40-yard line and is taken down around the 37. He's got a Blue Devil first down for the moment, pending the flag from the back judge. Meanwhile, there's also a Red Raider down behind the play. Looked like maybe 50 Enzo Maroney could be down right around midfield.
Got a block in the back on the Blue Devils. See if it's a spot foul and where they're going to end up with the placement of the ball. Could be some small positive yardage here out of this. We'll have to see. Trying to get a number over there. If it was, I think it's some. Is it 50? I think it might be. But let's go back to that punt exchange there, Todd and Kate, real quick. Connor Marchand personally advanced field position by 35 yards with his great low line drive punt, and then the stop by the defense, and then taking over at the 50. That's a flip of the field position from the 15-yard line to the 50.
What it's yielded for the Blue Devils is the football after stopping the Red Raiders and taking their punt right at midfield again, which is where they possessed the football in their first possession and ultimately led to the first score of the football game.
We do have an injury on the field. We have Leominster Football Hall of Fame EMT and trainer Diane Flanagan out there with the EMTs, I believe, from Leominster Fire Department.
So yeah, that's support from Leominster Fire Department out there with her as well. I see Charlie Raff out there. I see Tom DiGeronimo out there.
It's a lineman. His number starts with a 50.
Yeah, it looked like 50 to me, actually. Enzo Maroney. It looked like a 5-0.
Yeah.
I was between that and 60. We'll get a final word on that, but it's right down around midfield. Kate, this is a good opportunity for us to meet the Leominster offense.
Okay.
It's brought to you by Schofield Power Equipment as the wind continues to blow into the press box here on the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg. Schofield Power Equipment brings you the Leominster offense.
JC Core, number 6, sophomore quarterback. Adam Couch, number 21, senior running back.
Connor Marchand, number 22, senior fullback. Brian Cordero, 34, junior fullback.
Zach Del Judas, 81, senior tight end.
Ryan Rodriguez, number 4, senior wide receiver.
Kyle Philbin, number 51, sophomore tackle.
Fred Gapoku, number 60, junior, left tackle.
Jack Philbin, number 50, sophomore, guard.
Hi, my name is Dominic Delgado. I am number 65. I am a senior, and I play offensive guard.
My name is Zachary Calladay. I'm number 64. I'm a senior, and I play offensive guard.
I'm Joe Conlon, number 72. I'm a junior, and I'm the right tackle.
We're going to get the Fitchburg defense in a moment. We can tell you that it is Will Vargo. Oh, no, actually, I'm going to correct that again. That looks 68, Bill Thomas. It is 6-0?
Yeah,
6-0. Will Vargo on the injury. They've got him up on a cart. He's going to get carted off. We'll get more information on him
left leg injury
as the night goes on. We're going to meet the Fitchburg defense and complete the Schofield Power Equipment starting lineups.
Tyreek Danger, number 44, senior, defensive tackle.
Sam Robichaud, number 14, junior, defensive tackle.
Giovanni Moroni, number 52, junior, defensive end. Angel Santiago, number 7, senior captain, outside linebacker.
Gabriel Rivera, number 22, sophomore, corner.
Enzo Moroni, number 50, junior, middle linebacker.
Rocco Archipredi, number 56, senior captain, linebacker.
Trey Winters, number 1, senior year, safety.
Latrell Bodie, number 3, junior, cornerback.
G. Jones, number 5, junior, corner.
Devin DeLeon, number 9, senior captain.
Back here on the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg. We're going to get that right one of these days.
We were conversing.
I've got a couple of more people.
Yes.
I mean, people are checking in like crazy.
So they
Port
know
Orange,
about the game
Florida,
then, huh? It was good that everybody found out about it.
So the move to the night
I've got to say hi to
didn't affect anything.
I
That's
got to
good
say
news.
hi to people. We've got Jordan LeBlanc, class of 2012. Risto LeBlanc, class of 84. We got people in Daytona. The Floridian people are making me very upset though. Dorcine Kalecki, 84. We've got Irene Hart, class of 80. Wallace Cameron Jr., class of 94. John LeQueer, class of 85 in the Ohio Valley. Class of 61, George Fiffy.
Second down, and the give is to Couch. And Couch with some room across the 45, the 40, and taken down at the 38-yard line. And it's a Blue Devil first down.
You know, during Coach's Corner, Coach happened to mention that Fitchburg had a freshman running back that everybody was talking about. But he mentioned that they have a pretty good running back, too, on the Blue Devil side in the name of Adam Couch, and not afraid to show it.
And that's the end of the first quarter of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg. The first Thanksgiving Day Classic, the 113th under the lights, 7-0 Leominster through quarter number 1. A break and we're back with more. You're listening to the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage here from historic Doyle Field on Leominster TV. We want to thank you so very much for joining us out on Facebook Live and in so many more places as well. Want to thank the great supporters and underwriters of LTV's action sports coverage, the El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths, and United Solutions. Thank you all for supporting LTV's action sports and making this great programming and this classic possible. What a great game we've seen through quarter number 1, Bill Thomas.
Yeah, and Leominster did what they had to do. Controlled field position, got himself a score when they had to win at their back, used the punt game to their advantage. They have field position here to start this second quarter. They are going to be going into the win. We'll have to see how this plays out. Now, if they can maintain field position, you know, take advantage of it against the win score, and then parlay that, you know, going towards halftime.
We're getting set. Radio will be back with us in a minute as the team's change ends. Back to historic Doyle Field and the Classic. 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic here on the K-Zone. Teams change ends. Leominster now going into the wind from left to right. And on first down, the snap from the 39-yard line. The give was for Couch. Couch finds some room off the right side of the tackle, and forward he goes across the 40 and down at the 39. Goes for a gain of 3, second down and 7, as the Blue Devils go left to right, and Fitchburg defends the goal to our right. Go ahead, Kate.
35-yard line.
35-yard line, thank you. These lines, they mean nothing to me right now. There's just lines and stripes.
They're just
on the field.
suggestions.
Yeah.
Did they get a first down? Nope.
No, as long as they pass the orange steak, that's all I know. Brian Rodriguez is the motion man, tiptoeing from right to left. The snap, core, fake the give to Couch. He took it around end to the right, shakes off a defender and angles himself out of bounds across the 25-yard line. It's a Leominster first down in the hands of J.C. Cora.
And something Cora did there that he didn't do on last possession when he came up short on that third down run that led to a punt. He doesn't hesitate, and he cut it inside. He didn't take that little jump step and let the defense catch up to him. And I saw the coach come over to him after that play in the first quarter and point that out. Took advantage of his ability to turn that corner.
Very quickly, midway through the first quarter, the total yards of offense very close. Right now, Leominster starting to go ahead. 83 yards of offense for the Blue Devils as opposed to Fitchburg stalling around 34 yards of total offense thus far.
Rodriguez moves from left to right in the snap and give it to Couch. Couch takes it straight up the middle. He had 2 defenders on him, and he's determined across the 25 to 20 and down around the 18-yard line. A first down gain of about 7. It'll be 2nd and 3.
You know, and I think it's obvious Leominster's not going to throw the ball down here. It's going to be power run game all the way, whether it's going to be Cora calling his own name or Couch or let's smash Marchand up the middle. 3 strong contenders here to carry the ball.
You've got that right. Cora right now, 4 carries, 46 yards, a rushing touchdown. Couch, 6 carries, 35 yards as long as for 11. Marchand, 1 carry for 2 yards, 90 total yards of offense for the Blue Devils rushing attack.
Rodriguez, the motion man from right to left in the snap and the give for Couch, and Couch finds some room, sheds 1 defender, runs into Winter there, and a gang tackle from the Red Raiders, and taken down around the 15-yard line in the neighborhood of a Blue Devil first down. Want to say hello to Laurie Montori checking in with Derek Drown back at Master Control in the K-Zone, class of 1951.
We're going to have a measurement, so you got some time to talk. Feel free to say some more hellos and greetings.
We appreciate that. Well, how about we thank Schofield Power Equipment. They brought us those great starting lineups tonight and player introductions. Schofield Power Equipment sells quality, performance, power, lawnmowers, snow blowers, generators, chainsaws. They service them all too. You could use them all tonight on site at 12 Summer Street in Leominster.
Bring them all here.
Nice segue,
Done right
Todd.
the first time. Thank you. You've got Schofield Power
You got
on the
portable,
web at SchofieldPower.net.
Portable heater they can
All right, our measurement is up.
And it is?
First down.
Yeah. Signal it.
It is a Leominster first down is the signal.
Now, if we take a look at first down so far in the night, that is Leominster's 6th offensive first down. Fitchburg only with 2 on the night thus far. Right now, that prolific Fitchburg offense stalling here in the first half. They had gotten things going on that second offensive drive that they had, but the Blue Devil defense, the hallmark of that team, able to stand up, put a wall down by the end zone, and the Fitchburg offense hasn't really done much since.
Crossing 9 minutes to play here in the first half, 7-0 Leominster's lead, and they head in from left to right into the teeth of the wind and snow. The snap and the play action fake for Cora. Cora keeps it himself, bouncing it out to the left. It's a race to get a first down, cross the 10-yard line and out of bounds. He's got a Leominster first down. Does J.C. Cora. It'll be first and goal at the 5.
Nice job there, J.C. Ducking his shoulder just a little bit, but not slowing down, making that defense hesitate, and then turning that speed on and gaining the corner with a nice angle, just enough for a first down. Trying to see where it's spotted. Scoreboard says 15, but it looks like it's inside the 5.
About
so
the 4-yard
we'll update
line.
that. Yep.
Kate right on it there. Yes. So it'll be a first and goal for the Blue Devils from the 4-yard line at left hash.
Mike was just getting his fingers out of his mittens. He's got it now. He's got it now. Fingers getting out of the mittens. We're good over here.
Stay warm, Mike.
As many layers as you could possibly pile on, but a great, hearty crowd here at historic Doyle Field for this 137th meeting of these 2 storied rivals.
JC looking over the
yes,
defense.
Indeed, he is. And now the snap, it'll keep it himself. Slipped by the center, Philbin, who didn't move far, and into the end zone for a Blue Devil touchdown. It's J.C. Cora, and it's blue smoke over on the near side, signaling another 6.
And I love that confidence that the offensive coordinators and Coach Palazzi has shown in Cora. Not afraid to call his number and showing such a level of confidence in his own ability right there, going for touchdown number 2, and to end and into the wind, which I think is key.
8:34 to play here in the second quarter. 13-0 Leominster's lead, and they are huddling up down on the field. They're going into the wind here on this end, facing the upper field, and it looks like Coach Palazzi is going to keep the ball on the ground. He's going to go for 2 here, going into the end zone to our right into the wind and snow. Looks over the defense, and now Coach Palazzi comes off the sideline. He wants a timeout, as Fitchburg was really setting that wedge in the middle. Defensive coordinator Charlie Raff of the short sleeves and shorts over on the far side, he had something planned for that wedge in the middle.
And I think Charlie said anybody but.
That's right.
6.
Yes.
You know, we've seen enough of him in the first quarter.
Well, this becomes the thing for those of the listeners and viewers. Charlie Raff used to be the defensive coordinator for the Leominster Blue Devils, so this becomes yet another area of chess that the coaches get to play. They're able to see tendencies and trends from their opposition, and as you said, somebody didn't like something that they saw, and Charlie Raff comes out and talks to his defense pretty animatedly, as does Dave Palazzi talking to the Leominster offense.
And so Leominster leads 13-0. 8:34 to play here in the second quarter, and the Blue Devils to go for 2 after their second touchdown, going into the wind. Out of an eye, Couch shifts in motion to a 2-back split to the left. Now the snap, fake the give. Core keeps it himself. Calladay in front of him, into the end zone, untouched. 2-point conversion is good. Teams coming back up the field. 8:34 to play in the second quarter, and the score: Leominster 15 and Fitchburg nothing. You're listening to the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers on Leominster TV. You've seen it tonight. Leominster came out strong and hard here in the first quarter, followed it up right into the second quarter. It's been quite a first half, maybe the best first half of Blue Devil football in a meaningful game all year.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, Todd, and just showing such maturity, especially on offense. We knew this was going to probably be a power rushing game from both teams. The wind playing a factor like we saw in that playoff game a week ago. But I think we knew it was going to come down to defenses. Blue Devils defense have stepped up.
You can walk on down Electric Avenue with your electric blanket here at historic Doyle Field for the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic.
We're having a class reunion on Facebook Live over here. People are looking for classmates. It's fantastic.
It's great having people participate all night long across the Twin Cities. Thank you so very much for being a part of it.
Ooh.
Anthony Larson with the ball on the T40-yard line at our left.
Trouble.
High pop fly. It's a back spin. It's across the 40-yard line. Blue Devils are near it. Larson's there to the bottom of the pile. Coming up with it, Zach Del Judas. Zach Del Judas recovers the kickoff. It bounced off of one of the up men for Fitchburg, came forward, and all of a sudden, that play, which they run quite often, finally paid off after multiple months.
Nicole Del Judas is smiling in the crowd.
And the wind made that play, and the Blue Devils took perfect advantage of it. Just kicked it into a dead zone there, and the up guys, the ball was sailing over their head, never reacted, and the guys that were beyond that couldn't get up quick enough, and that backspin pulled it right into Zach Del Judas.
8:32 to play in the second quarter. Leominster with the 15-0 lead going into the wind, and they recover an onside kick. On first down, whistles kill the play. A timeout taken by Tom DiGeronimo and crew. They said we need to get together and rally the troops here, as right now the red and gray are a little bit off kilter. They're certainly far from out of this football game, but they need a defensive stand, and that stand has to come right now.
Right now, this is a field position pep talk right here. They let the Blue Devils march down the field from about the 40 when the quarter flipped, gave up a score. If they give up another score here into the wind, going to be very heartbreaking for them defensively, and they got to get back in their game. And Coach Raff over there is telling them we got to make a stand right here. We can't expect to battle back from especially 3 touchdowns down. Looks like the Blue Devils were going to, I think, get right up on the line of scrimmage there, and I wouldn't have been surprised to see him call Cora's number right away. I'm not sure if Fitchburg was actually ready to get back out on defense, after they had just given up that touchdown. So probably a good time out here, all things considered, for Fitchburg, just to regroup.
Oh, they absolutely could use it. This was a time to take it. And Tom DiGeronimo, he's got that right persona for this time period.
Yes.
It's a little bit chaotic, and he can walk out there and settle the troops and say, guys, we've seen this before. We've faced adversity before. We can do it again. And they're going to go out there and they're going to do their best to make that stand right now. But he's the guy to deliver the message over there for the Red Raiders. Out of the timeout, Coach Palazzi barking with Bill Goslin, and now Coach Palazzi is going to take a timeout.
Personnel issue?
Yeah, looks like a personnel issue over on the sideline. Maybe an equipment issue over on the sideline.
There's only 10 people on the field.
Yeah, Brian Rodriguez's equipment.
Yeah, Brian Rodriguez had something. It looks like either the back padding that the receivers wear, something fell out. He looks like the Tin Man with pieces falling off the back of the proverbial uniform. Coaches wrestling with the jersey over on the sideline, trying to reconnect the padding so that they can get Brian Rodriguez back into the game. Coach Palazzi's trying to wait. He took a full timeout to get the full complement of minutes that he can wait. In the meantime, our hardworking player spotlight. It's brought to you by Workers Credit Union, home of the $3 million give back program. The more you bank, the more you get back. Check them out on the web at WCU.com. FHS.com. Workers Credit Union, doing what's right for you. Nominations are open. Hardworking player spotlight.
My math says J.C. Cora scored 14 points. I don't know if we can look beyond that.
He has 7 rushes, 64 yards rushing. He's averaging 9.1 yards per carry. As long as for 24, he's got 2 touchdowns and the 2-point conversion. But I have to tell you something. I'm looking at this stat sheet. Can you believe it? Prolific offensive play caller, prolific former quarterback Dave Palazzi has not called for a pass play in this game yet. We said they needed to establish the run. First half of football for the Blue Devils, not a single passing attempt.
And going in this direction, left to right into the wind, he's not going to
do it.
Cora's under center, the snap and the give to Connor Marchand. And Marchand, the fullback, finds him open field, hurdles a defender over Devin De Leon and across the 25-yard line and down around the 20. What a play by the fullback Marchand. Straight up hurdled the defender.
Then De Leon went right back to Marchand. I don't know if he said, nice jump or don't ever try that again, but I'm guessing it was one of those two. And I'm not going to go beyond that, but if you try that again, you might have a problem.
A gain of 15 to the 27-yard line for Connor Marchand, making like a hurdling expert in the Olympics. On first down and 10 to go. Under center with a 2-back split, it's Cora calling signals. He shifts Rodriguez back in the game in motion, and Rodriguez gets the handoff on the end around, turning left corner with Connor Marchand in front of him. He shoves Marchand into a block, and now some room, crossing the 10-yard line, and down there. What a play by Brian Rodriguez. He says, Connor, I need you out of the way. Okay, thank you. You're blocking that guy there, and he runs right by.
I mean, we've seen that before, but, we know Brian's probably one of the speediest players on the team, and he's not going to let a block slow him down. We've seen plays outrun blocks that were like linemen, but not other running backs. It's like, I'm coming through.
He just kind of audibled his block. You're going over here.
Like, who's tackling me?
It's a first and goal for the Blue Devils at the Red Raider 10-yard line, going left to right. They shift Del Judas in motion from left to right. Rodriguez backs off the line on the right of the formation. Now the snap, fake the give it to Couch. Couch with some room, moving laterally, race to the right edge. He's got right numbers. He's caught up from behind. Red Raiders catch him there. A great tackle made by Gabe Rivera, chasing him down right around the 5-yard line.
Brian Rodriguez out there trying to hold the block from his wide receiver position, but couldn't hold it very long, and good job by the Fitchburg defense to cut that corner off. Keep him out of the end zone. Down close, though, trying to see where we are. We're coming back. Got a penalty here in the mix.
Out on the play.
Got a
the signal is
15-yarder.
holding against the Blue Devils. So it's 10 yards from the previous spot. It'll be first and goal, and the mark is now back to the 20-yard line at left hash. 7 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 15-0 Leominster lead. First quarter flew by, and all of a sudden here in the second quarter, things have slowed down dramatically. But Leominster with a 15-0 lead recovered the onside kick, and they're right back at it on this drive going left to right. First and goal after the penalty from the 20-yard line. Coach is looking for a possible timeout. They let the play run. On first down, flag out from the back judge.
Is that
it's
what
a delay of game. It is.
The infamous Doyle Field delay of game.
It is. It just took too long to develop. You could tell it was coming. The Classic on the K-Zone, brought to you by Hometown Bank. They don't answer to Wall Street. They answer to you. Colonial Ford of Marlboro. Yes, you can have it all at Colonial. Allstate Insurance Agent Patty Pritchard. With Patty Pritchard and Allstate, you're in good hands. And ROI Office Furniture and Systems, quality, value, and service without exception.
Well, that drive came to a screeching halt right there with those 2 penalties. 20 yards and penalties real quick has made it to first and goal.
Indeed it has, and now
from the 25.
First and goal now from the 25-yard line. Leominster going the wrong way on this drive. The snap, the give, it's the full back. Connor Marchand steps inside the right tackle. Forward he goes across the 25, and he's taken down around the 23-yard line. It'll be second and goal from the 23. Leominster had moved the football all the way up to the Red Raider 5-yard line. That play got called back on a 10-yard hold. Then add 5 more yards on top of that, and you end up back starting at the 25-yard line on first and goal. Now second and goal from the 23.
Yeah, it definitely flipped their field position a little bit there, but we'll have to see. It's about ball control, about burning some clock here, and even if you don't punch it in, you got to get as much clock off, burn as much clock as you can leading into halftime.
Second and goal from the 23-yard line. The snap, 2 fakes. Cora keeps it himself. All the blocks are out in front of him. Del Judas with a huge block springs the edge, and now Cora caught up from behind. A nice wrap tackle made there. Looked like 8 on the play for the Red Raiders. With the tackle, it was Dylan Ararujo on the tackle there.
It's funny watching Frank Apoko out there trying to lead the way, but running about half the speed. About half the speed. He was way out there for a while. JC caught up to him, but still, good lead block there. Got him some positive yards.
That's a long run for a lineman. When you ask
way
them
out there.
to go, that's a long run.
Way outside of his area there, but you know what? A hard pull and hustle there.
Absolutely, absolutely. Showing some good heart.
3rd and goal from the 13-yard line for the Blue Devils. Cora getting signals from Coach Palazzi on the sideline. Now scans the defense, 2-back split. Rodriguez, the motion man. Snap, give it to Rodriguez. A huge block on the corner there by Del Judas, and a flag is out on the play. Rodriguez is across the 5 and to the end zone. He's marked down at the 1-yard line, and Coach Palazzi is apoplectic across the numbers and screaming out at Bill Goslin and his crew. They're going to call that a block in the back on Del Judas. We don't have a monitor on this side of the field right now, but I can tell you he looked like he was face up, and another flag is out. Coach Palazzi getting his money's worth for this 15-yard penalty. He's going to take on top of the 10-yard block in the back call that goes against the Blue Devils. And I got to tell you, looking at it, the defender never saw Zach Del Judas, so Del Judas was numbers up to the shoulder of the defender. I would need an official really to give me a ruling on that play.
I think what the official saw was a violent block. Maybe
with the defender that got turned on the block.
Yeah, the defender was unaware, but there was no way it was out of block in the back. I think that was just, I got to make something up here because I didn't like the looks of the kid laying on the ground.
And it was a hard blindside block, made no mistake about it.
Oh, yeah. It was, but I think it was legal.
And now the
they
penalty
just had to call something.
with the enforcement is going to take it all the way back to 3rd and goal for the Blue Devils at the 44-yard line.
30-yard.
And now Coach Palazzi meets again with Bill Goslin. He says, well, if I'm going to take a 15-yard penalty for a personal foul, I'm at least going to get my money's worth at the end of the conversation as well.
And he did.
3rd down and goal to go to the 44-yard line, going left to right. This might be the longest 3rd and goal I've ever seen. 3rd and goal from the 44. 2 backs off to the left of the formation, and now the snap. A fake and a rollout. The pitch. It looked like Rodriguez was thinking about the pass. Now he's going to keep it himself. Spins across the 45. He's manhandled and taken down. Great defensive play there. No fool in there. Mazius Newton squared up and said, not today and not on my side of the field.
Yeah, there was some, and unfortunately Brian comes up hurt. And I know he was looking for Ali Galat downfield, but the play just wasn't there. Good job by Rodriguez. He paid the price for eating that ball, though. And Coach Palazzi is still incensed. Got the white hat out there making his point again.
And still talking to Bill Goslin. Now on 4th and goal from the 45-yard line. Connor Marchand stands at his own 45 to punt on 4th and goal. Here's the snap, chest high to the numbers, and Marchand gets it away. The wind calmed left to right. Now all of a sudden the wind kicks up. You can see it slide back. Blue Devils there on the spot there. Looked like 51. Kyle Philbin knocked it down for the Blue Devils right around the 27-yard line. That punt was sailing quite nicely, and all of a sudden you saw that wind coming hard right to left at the ball, knocked it right out of the air.
Yeah, and somehow got 20 yards of positive downfield yardage out of that. So all things considered, great job by Connor Marchand on what it was a drive that just fell apart. Their penalties and missed calls, as a matter of fact. It's about the only way to call it.
We'll call it the Twilight Classic on the K-Zone, brought to you by Colonial West Chevrolet, Curious Escape Rooms Fitchburg, Dream Kitchens and Bath Centers, Family Pharmacy, and Fraticelli Oil. On 1st down, the carry straight up the teeth. There was Anthony Aquendo on the carry. Aquendo gains a couple straight up the middle, and he will get 2nd down and 8 to go here.
Zach Calladay in on the defensive stop for a very short game.
2nd and 8, and now the snap and the give, and bouncing it to the outside. Looked like Aquendo again, and he was dancing right around the 26-yard line and got spun down on the play.
Once again, hello from Zach Calladay, along with a little Zach Del Judas mixed in there too. Good job by those guys corralling that freshman running back.
Under 2.5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. 15-0 Leominster's lead in the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. 3rd down and 9 to go. Shotgun set here for Brooks. Brooks scanning the line. He'll ask for the football. He dropped the snap, picked it up, delay, keeps it himself. Forward he goes. It's Kyle Philbin. Kyle Philbin with the hit, and down goes Andrew Brooks.
Great reaction by Kyle Philbin there, because Brooks had some wide open field up the middle, and it's going to bring up a big 4th down here. I got to guess Fitchburg has to punt this ball away.
And Coach Palazzi takes a timeout over on the near sideline. 1:54 to play in the half. 15-0 Leominster's lead, and I think he wants to talk about what's going to develop here. This ball is going, as Leominster demonstrated earlier, if Damian Saavedra can hit a good low-lining punt, this thing is going to sail over the upman, and it's going to skid right down this icy, snow-covered turf.
Yeah, I'm sure he's telling his backs, you know, get way back. Keep that ball in front of you, because we don't want to give up a 50, 60-yard punt here with roll. And then, you know, we still got 2 minutes left in the half here. Fitchburg's got a couple of timeouts. Worst thing you want to have to do is, on the Leominster side, is have to punt the ball from deep in your own territory as the first half is winding down. Way back,
People in Tucson, Arizona are watching. Why is Tampa, Florida, finally, Worcester,
40.
somebody else that's called.
40-plus yards, the two return men drop back for Leominster.
Saavedra stands at his own 18-yard line to punt, gets a good snap, and gets a good punt away. It's an end-over-ender. It skips, and a huge bounce. It will run out of real estate along the sideline, right about the 20-yard line. But what a great punt by Damian Saavedra. Did exactly what he needed to do. Get it up, get it end over end and rolling down the field, and you saw that thing just skid down the sideline.
Yeah, and the only thing that saved that from being inside the 5 was it was headed out of bounds, but great run, great forward roll there, and using that win to their advantage. Unfortunately, I don't know if they're going to be able to take advantage of, but the Blue Devils got to get at least 1 first down here, I think, to run out the clock here in the first half.
1:46 to play here in the first half. 15-0, excuse me, Leominster's lead. And Leominster's got the football. First down and 10, their own 22-yard line, the official mark. Cora the snap and the give, and it's some room. And Connor Marchand barreling through players across the 20 and the 25 and down around the 27-yard line. And he says, anybody wants to question me and my teammates, you're not going to question us today. They are playing with sheer determination.
Yeah, and you look at the kids out there. Nobody's wearing long sleeve shirts. Some of them no gloves. JC Cora playing with no gloves, showed a lot of toughness out there. Although JC does have gloves on now. He started the game without them, interestingly enough.
It's a Leominster first down and 10 to their own 32 coming left to right. The snap, give it to the fullback, Marchand again. Flag is out from the umpire, and then he almost got run over on the play as the play crossed the 40-yard line and was taken down right about the 43.
Looks like we're going to get another hold out of this, unfortunately, and we are. All that did was burn clock. But that's really what the Blue Devils are looking to do right now. Burn clock. Let's get out of this first half of this 15-0 lead. I don't think there's any expectations of putting points on the board. Just do not give the ball back to Fitchburg here as the first half is winding down.
Leominster High School Principal Steve Dubzinski was just advised from crew chief Bill Goslin that halftime will be 10 minutes.
I was going to say 5 minutes.
Halftime here on the Classic will be unusually short. Just 10 minutes. We'll be with you here for it all. Here's the snap, the give. Cora to Couch. Couch with some room. Cross the 30-yard line, still working across the 35. Now stood up on the play, and the forward progress stops. Trey Winters was in there, and Trey Winters and Connor Marchand slap helmets on one another. Two guys that have been battling all career long, and you can see the respect down on the field.
Yeah, a couple of seniors, you know, they played this game. This is their 4th matchup, probably 3 at least, and you know, great respect for
Billy,
each other.
I've got a
both
quick
sides of the
question
ball.
for you. What do you think the differential is rushing between Leominster's offense and Fitchburg's offense right now in this first half?
Plus 100 Blue Devils.
Close. 188 for the Blue Devils, 36.
Oh, plus 150. No, that wasn't close.
And on the snap, on second down, the give is to Adam Couch, and Couch has got some room in open space. He's across midfield. He's beaten Winters, who's down on the play. And now down the Fitchburg sideline he goes, across the 20, the 10, the 5, and he's tackled from behind at about the 6-yard line, and the half may be over. Huge play there. The final ticks 6 have come off the clock. According to the official stadium clock, Bill Goslin has not signaled, and now the ball is up. It's halftime here from Doyle Field. Coach Palazzi was looking for some extra seconds, but that's it. Halftime here at Doyle Field. The 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic under the lights on Wednesday night, November the 21st. It's Leominster 15 and Fitchburg nothing at the half. This half has been all blue.
Yeah, all blue, and Coach wanted one more play for the blue because I think he felt 6 was in the cards, but Bill Goslin says, come on, we've had enough in this first half, let's go. Not much argument there, all zeros. You know, the clock is the clock. We got an official up here. He wasn't getting any time on it, but I think the Blue Devils and the coaching staff and the players got to be happy with that 15-0 lead here at the half.
Waiting for Fitchburg and their band to go up the tunnel. The Blue Devils have huddled up right around their own 10-yard line, and they're having a conversation before they head up that tunnel and head off the field. And so that 10-minute halftime has begun here from historic Doyle Field. Time of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic under the lights here at historic Doyle Field on this Thanksgiving Eve. Blue Devil Marching Band out on historic Doyle Field right now and celebrating along here 15-0. Leominster's lead at the half, and here at halftime, look who just happens to find his way to join us here on our halftime show. It's brought to you by Hometown Bank.
Full moon.
How about that?
Full moon. Christmas lights in the background on Grant Street.
How about
this
that,
is
right?
amazing. As much as it's historic that they changed the time, this is historic.
Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella finds his way to join us. And Mayor, I know obviously the decision was incredibly difficult, and obviously the school department faced a lot of pressure in a lot of directions.
Right.
But the crowds tonight from both communities proved the decision was the right one.
Everybody will have something to talk about tomorrow during turkey dinner, right?
Absolutely.
Whether they shoulda, coulda, or woulda, the reality is we're here tonight, and it's not that bad, really. I mean, you dress warm, I'm fine, and it's festive as festive can be, and a lot of people came out, but I'll tell you, so many people all day long. How can I listen or watch to this? So that's another added value to this whole thing is a guy just from North Carolina, somebody from Florida. How can I watch this?
Arizona, we've had him checking in from all over.
Unbelievable. Well, you can see where they're all coming in from. It's amazing. Yes. So let me just, a big tip of the hat to the DPW.
Yes.
Retired DPW Director Pat LaPointe was down here himself for the last couple of days. Everything froze down here after last night, so they had to come down here and dig every seat out, plow the field 2 and 3 times, haul the snow up from up front where the parking lot is, and it's amazing. They did a great job.
And Pat also wanted us to recognize the fantastic work of those DPW workers,
Yes.
Jim Clark, Jake Richards, Scott Schofield, Steve Picard, and Jim McDermott,
It's
all
a great
down
crew,
here tonight.
team effort, great crew, and you know, this investment in the turf really paid off.
I was going to say, as if there hasn't been enough.
Exactly.
And of course, one of the great parts about this rivalry, and you were on the wrong end of this about a year ago, is the fantastic wager between the two communities.
That's right.
You and Mayor Stephen DiNatale from over in Fitchburg, great friends.
Yes.
This is a great opportunity within this rivalry to kind of have a little bit of spice. I love the choices this year. You guys got input from social media. And so let's see. We've got loser rings the bell for the Salvation Army in the winner's team shirt.
That's right.
Loser treats winner to breakfast. If it's in Leominster's loss, Tim's Diner will be the other place. If it's Fitchburg, you're going to eat at Steve's Burger.
on Airport Road, right?
Yep. The loser stands in front of the winner's city for a photo op wearing the winner's team shirts. Then you have the loser supplies chocolate chip cookies to winner. You'll be baking those personally or vice versa. Right? Steve is in the kitchen as we speak. Loser donates $50 to winner's charity of choice.
Right.
Loser reads at winner's library, chosen the little engine that could.
The little engine that could. Doesn't that say it all?
Book club, right?
It says it all. Maybe she'll leave a few million here.
And then, of course, great suggestions from all across the community there as well. And I know you and Steve enjoy this opportunity.
We do. Listen, I got a call from so many media outlets today about this, about it being one of the longest in the country. People dream of this. This is a dream. And I try to explain the magic that starts 2 weeks ahead of time and it builds up and people start taking their coats out. Look in the audience here. Some of these coats are 20, 30 years old.
Absolutely.
Sweaters, medallions, hats. This is just amazing. This is the pride and joy of this area. And every year we meet up. And look, no matter what the circumstances.
No matter what the circumstances, when you run it, anytime these teams play, you'll get fantastic crowds. And tonight, we're seeing the best crowd probably in a couple of years.
And it's not that, if anybody's home, honestly, it's not that bad down here right now.
Still plenty of great football to come here.
Exactly. And going to another half, it's good football. And Leominster High Band's out there now. And then the Fitchburg Band, I believe, will be out there next. Are they already out there?
They were out there,
okay.
Yeah. They had a great performance while we were in the commercial break as well. Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Yes,
thank you so much for taking a few minutes out to join us.
All right.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Yes, it is.
Good to see you.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir. And that's Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella joining us here at halftime on the K-Zone. Brought to you by Hometown Bank. You can visit them online at hometowncoop.com to learn more. Hometown Bank, Sack Boulevard in Leominster, and 7 other area locations. Kate, you've got an abbreviated first half recap, but here it comes. It's brought to you by Techner Apex. Explore the world of plastics through their unbridled passion for technology combined with a customer-centric approach. Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions no matter how specific your need. Online at technerapex.com. Let them have it, Kate.
All right, let's take a look at team totals. First, the Blue Devils with 12 first downs, 233 yards of offense, all coming via the rush. Right now, Fitchburg Red Raiders have 13 rushes for 36 yards of total offense. They are 0 of 3 in the air. Beyond that, individual notable statistics for the Leominster Blue Devils. The quarterback, J.C. Cora, the sophomore, number 6, he has 8 rushing attempts for 74 yards. He's averaging 9.3 yards per carry. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns. Adam Couch, 10 touches, 9 97 yards, his longest for 45. Connor Marchand, 5 rushes for 39 yards, his longest for 15. Brian Rodriguez has 2 rushes for 16 yards. So again, team totals for the Blue Devils and individual totals, 233 yards of rushing offense by the Blue Devils on 26 rushes. If we take a look at the Fitchburg notable individual statistics right now, Anthony Aquendo, 4 rushes for 18 yards. He's averaging 3 yards per carry. The quarterback, Andrew Brooks, 3 rushes for 26 yards. His long was for 22 yards. Right now, Leominster on top of Fitchburg, 15-0 in this, the 113th Thanksgiving Classic. Todd?
And Kate, let's get the peak performance of the first half. It's driven by North End Subaru, a proud member of the Colonial Automotive Group, located on Route 13 at 757 Chase Road in Lunenburg. Online at northendsubaru.com. Your peak performance, Kate, of the first half?
Right now, we are going to continue to give that one to J.C. Cora. 8 rushes, 74 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns for the sophomore quarterback for the Leominster Blue Devils, but he can't make those rushes, and neither can Adam Couch's 97 yards of rushing offense without the Leominster Blue Devil offensive line. But right now, the notable stat is J.C. Cora, sophomore, number 6, the quarterback, 2 rushing touchdowns. He has 14 of the Leominster Blue Devils, 15 points thus far in this one. 15-0 Leominster over Fitchburg at the half.
So happy to have you along with us at the half. Kate, great job with our peak performance of the first half, brought to you by North End Subaru. We'll get to our mid-game adjustments in a little bit. That abbreviated halftime got 2 band performances in, somehow in 10 minutes time. Fantastic job by both marching bands here across Doyle Field tonight. 15-0, Leominster leads as we get set to start the second half. Second half kickoff brought to you by Fidelity Bank of Leominster. The idea that businesses do well creates a brighter today and tomorrow for everyone involved. It's a win-win-win. Now, who doesn't like that? Your Fidelity Bank, helping you get where you want to be with heart. Damian Zavedra with the kick, high end over ender, with the wind at his back, going right to left, over the head of the up men, across the goal line and into the end zone for a touchback. And Leominster will have the football coming left to right into the wind in the third quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Sorry, Bill Thomas,
that's okay.
Back.
We'll have to see how Leominster handles this win here going into the starting here the third quarter. They did a pretty good job of it, ending up the second quarter.
I'll give you a guess, Bill.
On the ground.
They'll handle it on the ground.
On the ground.
Yep.
Low-hanging fruit.
Has not been a completed pass in this game. The snap, there was some motion at the snap. Yeah, it looked like Arlie Galat was moving. Meanwhile, Couch has got a huge gain across the 45 midfield and down at the Raider 40-yard line. There's an injury down in the play, but Arlie Galat was moving at the snap of the football. He was still stepping back off the line when the ball was snapped. It's going to be an illegal shift against Leominster. The gain is all for naught. It'll be a 1st and 15.
We've seen a number of big plays be called back for Leominster, but got to clean up those penalties. I'm sure Coach Palazzi's not happy with that aspect of the game up to this point.
Indeed, he is not. As the teams walk back, it's time to survey the field with our mid-game adjustments, brought to you by Whitman & Bingham Associates. Civil engineering, land surveying, and environmental planning at its finest. Residential, commercial, and industrial project services, offices in Leominster and Chelmsford. You can learn more online at whitmanbingham.com. Experience is in the name, Whitman & Bingham Associates. Bill Thomas will have your mid-game adjustments right up after this 1st and 15 from the Blue Devil 15. The snap and the give this time, it was Marchand on the carry. He got stood up on the play. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd and 15, and Whitman & Bingham Associates brings us our mid-game adjustments.
Well, I think, we're going to look at both sides of the ball. Leominster's done everything they need to do here to control the game up to this point. But let's clean up those penalties. Let's get rid of those penalties. On the Fitchburg side, you got to put a defensive stand up, and you got to take advantage of this field position when you have the wind at your back, because Leominster's going to regain the win in the fourth quarter, and both teams have had troubles, especially Fitchburg, going into the wind.
The amount of people from Florida and Arizona chiming in on Facebook.
2nd and 15. Cora calls his own number, finds his way to the right sideline. He's in a foot race, throws a little shoulder fake, crossing the 40-yard line and steps out of bounds right there with a big 1st down play for the Blue Devils, recovering the penalty and then some. It'll be a 1st down and 10 out to the Blue Devil 40-yard line, coming left to right.
With that rush, now the Blue Devils over 250 yards of rushing offense in this one. Fitchburg still only 36 yards.
And we knew it was going to be a power rushing game, and both teams have played outstanding defense. I mean, Leominster throwing almost 3 shutouts except for a field goal in the last 4 games. It means a field goal. And they're showing the strength. And Coach was spot on. One of the best defenses in Central Mass, and they came to show it off tonight.
1st and 10 from their own 40, going left to right. Cora scans the line, 2-back split in the backfield. He's under center. The snap, he took it straight up the middle, did Cora. He was immediately hit by the Red Raiders right there to close that gap at the A gap and just stand everything up. It looked like 10 out of 11 Red Raiders were going right over the center, Jack Philbin, and there was no way Cora was coming that way.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see the first Red Raider. I think it was 52, stood him up, Gio Maroney from the middle. But they got a key on JC. Have a linebacker or have your nose tackle. Just spy him because JC's really controlling the flow of this game right now.
The junior Henry Yang is injured down on the field for the Raiders. You think that there's passion out on that field? You think he badly wanted to be able to get up? He is crawling with all his might to try to get himself off the field, and ultimately he has to go down. Trainers out to take a look at him from both sides, along with folks from the Leominster EMT as well. You've got Tom DiGeronimo and Charlie Raff out to check on him as well. We want to take a second, by the way. We mentioned it with Leominster Mayor Dean Mazzarella here. We want to thank him for stopping by, but want to thank Pat LaPointe and kind of heading up former and retired now DPW Director Pat LaPointe, leading up this crew that was here at historic Doyle Field today. Jim Clark, Jake Richards, Scott Schofield, Steve Picard, and Jim McDermott. They have all been here. They've been working since Monday, fighting the weather conditions and the cold and plowing and replowing and plowing again to get this field ready to be able to play one day earlier for the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg.
Fantastic job, and we can report that Henry Lane got up and has walked off the field under his own power. Nice to see.
Say hello to Andre Koroskin. Checks in with us every Thanksgiving. He's flying home from Kansas City tonight. Kansas City, there he goes. He's on his way back to Central Mass. And now whistles kill the play, and Bill Goslin is heading over onto the near sideline to talk to somebody.
Is the band?
I'm not entirely
they're
certain.
not in the third quarter.
But there's some real game management, we'll call it, going on over on the near sideline. Something got said.
It's not the band.
Indeed, it is not. Motion man is Rodriguez on 2nd down and 7. The snap and the give to Couch. Couch finds some room. He grabs onto a block and he's towing himself forward to midfield is Couch. And he was towing himself on the back of the tow truck. Zach Halliday.
He was towing, plus he was pulling a Red Raider along too. It looked like a train there.
My goodness.
Hey, if you're going, I'm coming.
But I tell you, forward motion. It's all about forward motion and momentum, and he had it.
You hear about the push? Yeah, you hear about the push? That's a tugboat.
Indeed it is. A tractor pull out to midfield for Couch. It'll be 3rd down and very, very short. Ball spot, the Leominster side of midfield. 3rd and 1/2 yard to go.
Blue Devils doing a good job here using the wind. The wind in their face, but using their ground game, I should say, to control that wind.
3rd down and 1/2 yard to go. Under center, here's the snap. Cora will follow the center, straight forward into Red Raider territory. He's got a 1st down to the Red Raider 45-yard line, and he gets up and enthusiastically says, move those chains. At 7:14 on this Thanksgiving evening, you are listening to WPKZ AM 1280 and 105.3 FM in Fitchburg.
JC Cora just taking over this game. Great to see, and we can't talk about it enough. Only a sophomore, but he has gone from a sophomore with rookie jitters to playing like a seasoned veteran here in the last 5 games of the season.
On 1st down and 10 to go. Under center, calling signals. Oh, everybody moved.
Everybody.
That isn't everybody but the center. No, I think the quarterback was the only one who didn't move on that one.
No, the ball wasn't snapped. So,
so it was the center.
The center and the quarterback apparently got the snap count wrong.
I kind of thought, actually, the center moved. He left the ball, and he went forward. Everybody moved on that play.
Is there a name for that play?
It'll be a 1st and 15 back to midfield.
That was bizarre. I like that. But, you know, if you're going to get the snap count wrong, at least you and a bunch of your friends get it wrong all at once. So there's really nobody to blink. Hey, we all had it right. The center and the quarterback had it wrong.
That's right. 1st and 15 from midfield. The snap and the give. It's Couch this time. Slips through a defender. Shakes another one. Crossing the Fitchburg 45. Dips another across the 40. And dragged down at the 35-yard line. He'll be short of a 1st down by just about 2 yards. It looks like it'll be 2nd and about 2 to go.
Great job by Couch slashing his way through there. you, dipping that shoulder at just the right time to slow the defender down a little bit and making some great cuts in this unsure footing tonight.
Second down and 2 to go from just shy of the 35-yard line. We'll call it the 37. Blue Devils need to advance to the Red Raider 35 for a first down. Cora comes under center. Two backs in the backfield, and Coach Palazzi is going to grab a timeout. Something was off there. I believe Arlie Galat was moving again on the near side, and there was a problem with him shifting on a previous play at the time of the snap of the ball. So there were some issues there. Coach Palazzi said, let's take a timeout and have
a word.
Yeah, he's going to talk to the official on the win.
Yeah, he's like, well, he's stepping back from the line. I think the official was already reaching in his pocket for the flag.
Well, I mean, and a lot of times the wide receivers, they'll check on the line to make sure
see where they are.
To make sure that they're onside. Yeah. But then if you're going to step back, he's already going to be going for that flag, as you said.
Right. You know, and if somebody else is in motion, you can't be stepping back and be having two people at the snap of the ball be moving. That creates a problem.
That's correct. Two men moving without resetting, or just moving without resetting yourself as a receiver. Yes, indeed. Here's the snap on second down and 2. The give from Marchand. Forward he goes across the 35, dragged down shy of the 30 at the 31-yard line. Nick Mallard from the Settlement Enterprise checking in with us. He just got hip checked. Close quarters here as well.
Not really. Not really.
Here on the Doyle side of things.
Right now, you're a bit of a wide berth.
Oh, well, you know, we got a lot going on here.
Gotta stay moving.
Trying to keep warm as we continue to move here.
Now, Billy, I want to talk to you about the clock continuing to run. 6 minutes and 12 seconds left. Fitchburg's offense has yet to touch the ball in the second half of play. 36 yards of offense for the Fitchburg's offense, and they have yet to touch the ball in this half. Plus, add the 10-minute halftime. It's getting cold.
Getting cold, absolutely.
The Blue Devil defense, Blue Devil offense right now has been their best defense.
That's right.
The Cora faked the give. Marchand headed up that A gap, and Cora kept it, slipping off the right side of the formation, crossed the 30 and down around the 28-yard line. Goes for a gain of 3. It'll be second down and 7 to go.
One of the few times Cora might have had second thoughts about keeping that ball. Not a lot of opening there that he found after he decided to keep it and try to work the edge.
Quick reminder out there, class of 1978 for Leominster High School. Ross Amico wants to remind everybody your 40th class reunion is Friday at 8 p.m. at the Leominster Eagles. So, class of 78, get your butts to your 40th reunion this Friday.
I saw the class of 2008. They've got their 10-year reunion as well. On the snap, the give to Couch. He bounces it to the right, across the 25-yard line, and dragged down shy of the 20 at the 22-yard line. But it is enough for a Leominster first down, and we'll keep the clock moving after the sticks reset with about 5 minutes to play.
Yards and first down piling up, Kate. I know you're looking at them.
I am. 15th first down for the Blue Devil offense. 296 yards, all on the ground for the Blue Devils. 34 rushing plays. They're averaging 8.7 yards per carry. And right now, time of possession starting to really favor the Blue Devils as well.
Core of the snap. Give it to Marchand. Takes it off the left tackle. Forward he goes across the 20-yard line and dragged down shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The fullback Marchand having a day, finding lots of open space up the middle of the defense, and it was seen. It was seen clearly on tape. I asked Coach Palazzi about it in that Westboro game. It was a 35-7 Red Raider loss. There was a lot of room for those Westboro running backs. They would get into the second level, and what they were finding was there was nobody in the middle of the field for the Red Raiders, and the Blue Devils have exploited it.
Yeah, and they're taking advantage of that tonight, and it's giving them great second and third down short yardage situations.
Second down and 3 to go. Cora goes under center with two backs behind him. The snap, give it to Marchand, barely got it in his hands, and Fitchburg right there with the stop. Nowhere to go. The Raiders stopped the forward progress there, jamming up the middle of that formation. Looked like 71 again on the play. It was Mazius Newton who got in the middle there and said no more.
Yeah, I think Connor got kind of tripped up a little bit there by JC. They couldn't get out of each other's way quick enough right there. Kind of slowed the play down a little bit, allowed Fitchburg to swarm to the ball.
Howie Kahn of the Scholastic Sports Zone checking in with us. Wants to remind folks, Scholastic Sports Zone on holiday this weekend. There'll be no Scholastic Sports Zone on Sunday, but the Scholastic Sports Zone, Howie Kahn and the rest of the staff wishes everyone a happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, Howie Kahn, as well from all of us here on the broadcast team. Great work as always.
Back to Couch here.
Yes, and the give was to Couch. At forward, he went to about the 15-yard line, maybe across to about the 13. Official still converging there. He got a little farther than I thought. I thought he kind of went sliding on the field there and was down, but
put the ball down, get a measurement. Oh, they're going to give him the first.
Got a first down by about a yard.
Nice. Let's move the chains.
Indeed it is. So there will be a
first
down and goal to go.
Yeah, it's going to be maybe just outside the 10.
Just outside the 10-yard line, indeed.
They can make a first down.
And so here we go, a first down and 10 for the Blue Devils. They can get a reset of the sticks at the 1/4 line. Beyond that, a quarter of a yard is the end zone. So on first down, Cora under center, two-back split behind him. Here's the snap, give it to Couch. Couch slips through the defense, finds the A-gap, into the end zone. It's a Blue Devil touchdown. Adam Couch pierces his way right off of left tackle, heads straight up the middle of the defense and into the end zone.
Right up the middle, and that's what coaches do. They find tendencies, they find weaknesses, and I tell you, the Leominster coaching staff has exploited that.
And blue smoke up again, signals 6 more for the Blue Devils.
Great job, I love it.
I knew exactly who was going to be in charge of the blue smoke. Of course, Connor Marchand's mom, Kim Marchand, is the one with the blue powder, the blue smoke.
No surprise.
Not a surprise at all.
Great job by Connor Marchand and all of the Leominster offensive players, offensive line especially.
Going into the wind again, Blue Devils going for 2. The snap, give it to Couch. Same play, Couch pass left tackle, up the middle of the field, into the end zone. 2-point conversion, good. Up the field come the teams. 2:46 to play in the third quarter. 23-0 in the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV tonight. Happy to have you along with us. Nick Lanza checking in with us, and he says, gotta love technology, I'll take the TV. Todd Robbins with the play-by-play, and 80-degree weather over freezing at Doyle Field any day as he checks in with us from Florida. Hello,
thanks.
Nick Lanza.
All the Floridians and all of the people in Arizona love to let us know where they're checking in from.
You've never realized how many Blue Devil alums are in Florida and Arizona.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
That's all right. We're thinking of you, too.
That's right.
Very fondly.
Back to historic Doyle Field in Leominster, the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic just 12 hours earlier. It's a night game here on a Wednesday night. Arctic cold coming tomorrow. Forced the game to be moved, and we've been here into the third quarter now. 2:46 to play, 23-0 Leominster's lead, 2:46 to play here in quarter 3. Anthony Larson on the approach. Same play into the wind. It's that end-over-end pop-up to the up man, sliding in on the play to make the play. It was Jose Mateo, the senior. He almost made a fair catch going down to one knee to make sure that he secured that football. As the last time Fitchburg placed it right about that same spot, they were not able to field it.
And that's absolutely true. Now, Billy, if we take a look at the clock yet again, Fitchburg's offense, first time that they've been on the field, now with only 2 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in the third quarter. They haven't been out there for about 45 minutes.
So that's an 8-minute and 10-second drive. We'll get 5 more seconds for that kick that the Blue Devils controlled the ball from that second half kickoff into the wind.
Brooks's first pass, back to pass, looking left and throws. Pass is complete, and with some room, still on his feet. Aussie guy going against the grain now. Cross midfield in the 45, and taken down at the 43-yard line. It's a first down for the Red Raiders, and out of the locker room with the wind at their back, Brooks drops back to pass and throws a strike on the in-cut slant to Aussie guy.
Well, I'm sure that's what they talked about. We got the wind in our back. We got to take advantage of it. They didn't know it was going to take them 8.5 minutes to get the ball.
Exactly. And they'll be going back into the wind about 2.5 minutes from now.
A testament to the Blue Devils defense.
Guy is a little frustrated as he splits out wide to the left. Brooks is back to pass and throws on a little slant to the right this time. It's Devin De Leon, and in and out of the hands of De Leon. It hit him there, and I think he was almost trying to turn upfield before he secured it.
And that becomes a great point of frustration because that is a clearly catchable football. And if you have 2 completions back-to-back, as we said, Fitchburg needed to establish a consistent passing game in order to be successful. And if you're not going to catch the easy ones, it becomes difficult to do that.
You see the determination of the field general Brooks stalking the field, the senior playing in his 4th Thanksgiving Day game, barking out the signals to his players, snap the football on the give, straight up the A-gap. It was Aquendo. He was swallowed up almost immediately at getting the handoff. Short gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
And Elijah Martin is Johnny on the spot right there, meeting him right at the line of scrimmage out of that drop play, dropping him for a very short gain, 1 yard.
Frustration continues.
Trips will set up for the Red Raiders out to the right of the formation. They'll snap this one from the Blue Devil 43 going right to left. Brooks rollout, throws, he launches it down the right sideline. Defender beat, laying out for it, in and out of the hands. Extra effort there, and the Red Raiders couldn't secure it.
Wide open wide receiver
Let's give the win some credit there. The receiver, I think, thought the ball was going to come down. That was Khalid Smith out there. He slowed up. He had it zeroed in. That wind just kept carrying it and it extended it beyond his fingertips. And he was 5 yards beyond, it looked like Brian Rodriguez. And I will point out, since the middle of the second quarter, Brian's been limping. He was involved in that play that got called back. He came up limping. And I don't know if the Red Raiders coordinators see that. I'm sure they do, and it's a situation they're probably going to try to take advantage of.
4th and 9, Fitchburg going for it. De Leon in motion at the snap. Pump fake, throw back across the green. It is picked off. It's picked off by Anthony Larson. He's got nothing but green in front of him. Down the numbers he goes. Anthony Larson with one man to beat. He's into the end zone. Anthony Larson, he wasn't a starter at the beginning of the year, but he found himself into the starting lineup. And the senior with the interception into the end zone with the exclamation point in the third quarter.
Wow. You talk about a play. The receiver falls down on the screen. Larson, Johnny on the spot. He's been getting a lot of playing time. We see him out there playing linebacker and some corner, some wide receiver, but taking advantage of the playing time right there and doing a yeoman's job coming in to kick. But I mean, that's a memory right there. That's a memory.
57-yard pick six for Anthony Larson.
That's a wild play. I think they ran out of blue smoke poppers over here too. So. Fans are commenting, we ran out of poppers. We don't have any more blue smoke.
That's not good. They weren't assuming that much. We've got something lost out on the field. Blue Devil players are looking for it. The referees are looking for it. And now a timeout is taken by Fitchburg. 1:27 to play here in the third quarter. 29-0. Leominster's lead. They have come out with reckless abandon in this one.
Anthony Larson, as you mentioned previously, at the Leominster Football Hall of Fame, received, I believe it was the
Ray Comerford
Award. It's the person that you don't necessarily hear all the time in the headlines in the newspaper. Someone who's just an absolute gem to the community,
practice player,
to the
probably
field.
extraordinary.
Absolutely.
Like
now his name will be in the newspaper.
I mean, you talk about having a game, but just the fact that you got to kick an extra point, the first one.
Yes.
All the history being made tonight, but that's something that
he had the perfect kick that ended up a recovery for the Blue Devils.
Involved in that, pseudo onside kick, but the fact of the matter is the Blue Devils have scored 2 touchdowns in the third quarter going into the wind. Unheard of. And parlaying that into a nice lead here. Hopefully, not going to project that far, but hopefully to a successful win.
Going into the win again here in the third quarter, Leominster will go for 2. The snap, give it to Couch. The Fitchburg defense into the backfield, and they stop that. That's not happening. Timeout was taken by Charlie Raff and crew, and they stopped that 2-point conversion, and they stopped it 5 yards shy.
Yeah, they've seen enough of the Blue Devils spending time in the end zone.
Back up the field come the teams. 1:27 to play here in the Classic. 29-0. Leominster's lead. It's the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers over on Leominster TV. Go ahead, Bill Thomas. You can complete your point.
Well, I mean, I think Charlie Raff, we're going to stop this 2-point. I've had enough of the Blue Devils celebrating. We got to make a stand here. The Red Raiders had some momentum there. They lost it, and then that pick six just killed it.
Indeed, it did. And I'll tell you, the Raiders talk about just getting punched in the nose here, and they have been trying to recover time and time and time again. And you see them still moving forward. That is that Joe White quote: "No matter how many times you get knocked down, you keep coming forward." Radio rejoining us right now. Whoa, here they come here on the K-Zone. Todd Robbins alongside Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins. It's the Classic under the lights on Thanksgiving Eve in 2018. 29-0 Leominster's lead. Kickoff for Anthony Larson after his pick six. Right up the middle of the field. Ozzie Guy fields it as a ground ball around the 30-yard line. He'll step across the 30 to the 35 and be taken down around the 36-yard line. It's Fitchburg football. First down and 10. Their own 36 coming right to left with the wind at their back for the next 121. So vital here that this turn into points. Fitchburg players are having a disagreement down the field or something.
Aussie guys looking for something. They're telling him, get back to your own sideline. I think they thought he was coming over to the Blue Devils sideline for something. And trying to talk to the officials here, very animated. I'm not sure what the problem is, but they're trying to get him back in the game.
Now, there appears to be some kind of confusion. I'm not entirely certain what's going on. And now guys heading off the field. Another player has just left.
Wide. It's going wide right.
Yeah, he's
but
going to
yeah,
go slot to the right.
That was weird.
Not entirely certain. It's trips to the right. Brooks back to pass. Got some time. Slant over the middle. And almost intercepted again. Adam Couch had jumped the route there. Caleb Smith was coming on the slant from right to left. And Couch had it read. He just couldn't reel it in.
And you know what else he had? Pick six.
Yes,
there was nobody out there to stop him.
One of the things that Fitchburg is now being forced to do, they're being forced now to start making this passing game work. So they're essentially playing with reckless abandon. They're shoving the ball into places that in this wind, it's not working for them. But the passing game has been their offensive bread and butter all year. They're really trying to force it and make it work.
Second down. 10 to go. Brooks back to pass. Got some time. Looks to his left and throws it in and out of the hands of the intended receiver there. It was Latrell Bodie who had it hit him in the arms and he couldn't reel it in.
Two straight out drops right there in this past two.
And they're great passes from the senior Brooks.
Yeah, they're right on. And, you know, receivers trying to run before they have the ball in their possession. Just mistake after mistake right now for the Red Raiders.
And they keep coming. They keep coming to the Raiders. Brook backs to pass on third down. He delays. Now he'll keep it himself. Forward he goes across the 40, the 45, and down around the 47-yard line. It's in the neighborhood of a first down. Oh, the spot is actually back around the 46-yard line. It'll put him about a yard shy of the first down. Wow, that's a tough spot out on the field there. That did not benefit the Raiders. They had him down way earlier than I thought he ultimately was.
I would agree with that.
Brooks, I thought, had himself a first down to the 47-yard line. Real tough spot. The official trying to catch up to the play.
He walked backwards by about 2.5 yards.
Very strange there, unless there was he was out of bounds that we couldn't see on the near sideline. Brooks shifts a man in motion. It's Alderando. The snap. Now Brooks. He's improvising. Rolls out. Throws a little dart. Pass complete. Flag is out behind the play. DeLeon's going to catch across the 50. Turns to his left across the Blue Devil 45, the 40, and take it down at the 39-yard line.
I think we got a block or a hold there, and Brian Rodriguez is on the ground again and got his right leg twisted up, and he's in a lot of pain around, but he's got to come off the field. I know he's a gamer, but he's got to come off the field, Brian.
That flag is unfortunate. I'm not entirely certain if that went against Fitchburg or Leominster. I'm waiting for a signal from Bill Goslin because it was a great play for Fitchburg with all things considered.
Yeah, I think they're bringing this back, though, it looks like.
Wow, it had to have been an illegal block downfield.
It was against Connor Marchand. Connor Marchand, as soon as he got blocked, he started pointing that way as soon as the flag came out.
He knew it had come up.
He knew exactly.
That's how it was. It was an illegal block downfield, they say. So that's the only thing I could figure. The play started to improvise. A lineman had to have leaked out downfield. It'll be fourth down and long, and the Raiders are forced to go for it from their own half of midfield. Brooks back to pass, throws the long screen out, complete to DeLeon. He's hit by Couch, and out of bounds he goes. And now a flag flies from the back judge and into the Red Raider bench. There's blue and red jerseys in there. Don't tell me there's no intensity in this game. The officials are in there picking players apart.
I'm not going to call a number, but a Red Raider with the 70s something number just completely took out a Blue Devil over on the sideline. We're going to have to see a dead ball, I think.
Personal foul signaled against Fitchburg.
That's going
to first down.
And I think that's going to turn the ball over on top of it, because that was after the play. That's going to put the Blue Devils in great field position. He has to start the fourth quarter. That ends the quarter.
Indeed it will. That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Leominster 29 and Fitchburg nothing. You were listening to the 113th Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Back to historic Doyle Field here on Leominster TV. Bonus coverage for you as they mark the ball all the way forward to the 25-yard line of Fitchburg after the penalty. We'll have radio rejoining us in a minute as we change ends and start the fourth quarter. Just unfortunate timing for Fitchburg.
Yeah, I mean, that play couldn't have gone any worse, but then the emotions over there in the sideline, the frustration of the score, and just leads to a complete turnaround in field position. The Blue Devils are going to get the ball with the wind at their back on the Red Raiders 25. start the fourth quarter.
Indeed, they will. We're going to have radio rejoining us in a minute, as we said. And it's about 26 degrees out here. The wind making it feel like 13. The wind is out of the west at 19 miles an hour. We'll catch our radio listeners up on that as well. Back to historic Doyle Field on the Classic as teams change ends to begin the all-important fourth and final quarter here on the K-Zone. After the 15-yard penalty, it's Leominster 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line of Fitchburg, coming right to left. The pitch, it's given to Couch. Couch with some room, down the right numbers, now the right sideline to the end zone. Couch is in, it's a Blue Devil touchdown. One play, one score for Adam Couch.
And one word, wow. What a play. What a player, Adam Couch, picking his way around that far side on that sweep, turning it upfield at just the right time, angle into that end zone. Basically untouched. Great play by senior leader Adam Couch.
Shades of the snow blow, the snow bowl. Fans throwing snow up on the Morton Street Hill in celebration to our far left. 10:51 to play in the fourth quarter. 35-0 Leominster's lead. If you had a blowout in this game at 35-0, you should play the lottery tonight.
I didn't. I had the last
no
team
way
with the
this.
with the ball winning. And Lawson out there for another extra point attempt.
Indeed. The snap, they get the ball down. Larson's kick is up,
that caps
and
his
it's
night.
good. Team's coming back up the field. Brian Rodriguez limping off the field, held to that one. 10:51 to play in the fourth. It's Leominster 36 and Fitchburg nothing. You are listening to the 113th Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ. Bonus coverage for our viewers joining us on Leominster TV tonight. Again, we want to thank our fantastic underwriters here on Leominster TV for their support all season long. The El Camino Restaurant, Troy Hebert Construction, MP Crowley Company Incorporated, Dream Kitchens and Baths of Leominster, and also United Solutions. Happy Thanksgiving to Mike Roberts joining us up here on Press Row as well. And somehow he got on the Leominster side of the field. Oh, it's in red. It's residents only, though. He's okay.
Everybody's like, what are you doing in here? That's funny. Love the people checking in.
Back to historic Doyle Field on the K-Zone. The 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. So happy to have you with us. 36-0, Leominster leads Fitchburg. The most unlikely blowout probably in the history of this game. Never saw this coming.
I can't say I did either. You know, the way both teams have been playing here as the season wound down.
Great kick by Larson, squibbing it up the field with the wind at his back. It is on the return by Trey Winter. Winter had a great return earlier in the game. He's across the 20, the 25. He's got some sight set on an open field, and he's hit and taken down shy of the 30-yard line at about the 28, as all of a sudden that opening that he saw disappeared very quickly.
I know, and I'm hoping it's not too early to talk about this, but we do have a function to go to after the game.
Indeed.
And I know we were cautioned about describing the function in a certain way, but I think it's going to lead to a very pleasant dinner.
Leominster head coach Dave Palazzi getting some love from his two daughters down here on the sideline. Liliana and Meadow were there giving their dad a kiss over on the near sideline there. That's a Thanksgiving memory to add and take home with your family.
And let's think of something else. We don't know if Coach Palazzi's coming back next year as the head football coach. He could be coaching in his last game as the Blue Devils head coach, and it'd be great for him to go out with a win in this fashion.
In this game,
that's something that hasn't really been talked about.
For alumni,
for everybody
that are watching and listening. He is the athletic director. In most cases, athletic directors do not serve in the head coaching capacity, particularly here in Leominster. But he did this year as he was brought on as athletic director quite late.
Yeah, quite late in the process. Did not get officially hired till the end of July. And once that process of transition occurred, it was well into August, and the start of football season was right around the corner. So Coach Palazzi stayed on for at least the 2018 season. No official decisions have been rendered one way or another. We will see what the next few months hold for the Blue Devils head coach.
That was a Quindo on the carry there for
you,
4.
Billy.
I saw it too.
Bill Thomas had it.
I saw what you. I was like, oh, okay.
Trey Winters on the second down carry. I can tell you that's number one, Kate. Carry for about a yard. Maybe no gain on the play. Third down and about 9 to go. 10 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. 36-0 Leominster's lead here on the K-Zone and Leominster TV. So happy to have you along with us, joining us from wherever you are, all across the country. Back to pass, backpedaling still. Now stepping up is Brooks, and he slips down on the play. Leominster may have been in there. There may have been a Philbin on that one.
Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle Philbin in on that play.
Philbin.
Good job.
You mentioned people chiming in across the country. We have a 7th string former punter. We have a bench warmer from 1977.
That's how they're describing themselves?
Their own personal
And they remember their Thanksgiving games like they were the star, I bet.
Indeed.
We got a 4th down punt coming up here by the Red Raiders.
And Fitchburg will punt into the wind for the 3rd time tonight. The first 2 did not go so well. 4th down, 12 to go. Damian Saavedra, they're all special team specialists. He stands right about his own 13-yard line to punt. Good snap, and Saavedra gets a good foot into it, but the wind grabs it, and it will hop right around the 45-yard line, and great effort there by the gunner getting downfield to stop that one. Is Guaranex Negron playing in his last game as a Fitchburg High School senior. He gets downfield and covers, again, a tough punt into a difficult wind, but he's able to stop it right where it is.
Yeah.
On that note, Bill Thomas, quickly, a check of our time and temperature here in the second half. It's brought to you by Chapdelaine GMC, selling and servicing commercial trucks since 1969. Chapdelaine is the best selection of commercial used trucks, period. Stop by Route 2A Lunenburg, online at chappygm.com. 7:41 and 26 degrees, feels like 12 with a 19-mile-an-hour west wind here for the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. My mouth's not working quite so well. The snap and the give. Straight up the middle of the field is Bryant Cordero on the carry for the Blue Devils. Stood up on the play, no gain, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, he's spelling out Connor Marchand there. Came as the offense went on, called Marchand off, sending Cordero getting his first action at the fullback position tonight, gets his first carry. And I think you're going to see coach substitute his players in and out here and get themselves some recognition on their own here.
2nd down and 10 to go. The ball will be snapped from the Fitchburg 45, coming right to left. Cora under center the snap, and the sweet pitch coming out to the left. Couch with some room, takes an initial hit at the line, crossing the 45 and taken down around the 41-yard line for a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 6 to go. The Classic on the K-Zone brought to you by Rollstone Bank and Trust. Rock solid banking since 1846. Garapi Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Leominster. Rhino Linings of Leominster, where nothing beats a real rhino. Bolton Orchards, apple season, very much here. And Woodcombe Insurance, right
chilly.
Coverage, right price.
The apples need a blanket.
Indeed, they do. Still makes a great apple crisp, and there'll be plenty of them consumed on Thanksgiving tomorrow. It's 3rd down, 6 to go. Blue Devil snapping from the Raider 41, coming right to left. Snap, give it to Couch. Off left tackle. Forward he goes to the 35-yard line. Should be enough for a Blue Devil 1st down on that play.
Good job by Couch turning that up, staying in bounds, moving the chains, and keeping the clock running. Winding down towards 7 minutes here. The Blue Devils have the wind at their back and continue to use that ground game, turn up clock and punch out yards.
7 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. 36-0 is Leominster's lead. 1st down and 10 to go. They'll snap from the Fitchburg 34-yard line at left hash. 2-back split. Cordero still spelling Marchand, and everybody moved on that one on the Leominster line. The flag is out on the
Cora
play.
asked for the ball in the center. Didn't
Never snapped it.
comply.
No. Yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah, he didn't comply, but the rest of the line did.
And so it'll be a 1st and 15. Classic on the K-Zone brought to you by Colonial West Chevrolet, Curious Escape Rooms Fitchburg, Dream Kitchens and Bath Centers, Family Pharmacy, and Fraticelli Oil. We thank you all so very much for your support of the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic on this Thanksgiving Eve, November the 21st, 2018. 1st and 15 from the 34. Here's the snap and the give to Cordero. He's fumbling the football. The football's loose. The Raiders are on it. Devin De Leon gets to the bottom of the pile, and he's got a fumble recovery for the Red Raiders.
Looked like Cordero was going to grasp that ball. He didn't really have it off the initial round, but he got hit.
Of brick red there to separate Cordero from the football. He started to lose it, and then the Raiders put a hit on him, and the ball is out, and De Leon got himself a Thanksgiving memory at the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, he never really got in the bread basket, and Red Raiders didn't give him a chance to secure it.
A first down and 10 now for the Red Raiders, snapping from their own 31-yard line. 6:24 to play in the fourth. They're chasing 36. Brook back to pass, throwing into the wind. Pass complete. There's Devin DeLeon, got a fumble recovery, come right back to him for a completion. Out to their own 40-yard line, coming left to right. Good for a gain of 8, 2nd and 2.
Not a bad-looking pass into the wind either, and receiver for the Red Raiders finally being able to corral it and get some positive yards out of that.
Back to pass, Brooks on 2nd down and 2. Looks out to the left sideline and throws. Pass is complete there, going out of bounds. It's Aussie Guy, the little guy, makes the catch, tiptoeing into the corner of the boundary. He's got a first down for the Raiders at their own 47-yard line.
Raiders working that sideline, trying to save some clock. And the game's out of hand, but let's get some points on the board.
Look at how fast they're moving here. They are determined to punch this one in. Back to pass. Brooks again on 1st and 10. Rolling out. He's drawing this play up as he goes. Throws a Rich Gannon style. Pass is complete for Caleb Smith right about the 47-yard line of the Blue Devils. Talk about sheer determination. Dropped to 3/4 there, Bill Thomas. Snapped the pass up, and Caleb Smith came back and caught it.
Yeah, sheer determination and good improvisation, too, there. Throwing on the run. Little extracurricular activity there. Adam Couch getting into it, sharing some words with a couple of the Red Raiders offensive players.
And right back again they go. 2nd down, 3 to go. It was a gain of 7 on 1st down. Brooks directing traffic in the backfield. He'll move Luis Eldorado to his left. Snap, Brooks fakes the handoff. Now rolls out, throws a dart, coming across from right to left. Complete to De Leon across the 40-yard line, and it's a Fitchburg first down.
Now,
Felipe Garcia saying that's all you're getting, too. Puts him down.
But had the Red Raiders been able to get this type of an aerial attack going early on in this game, I think it would have been a much different outcome. They're not able to get a passing game going until the 4th quarter.
And mind you, they are throwing into a 19-mile-an-hour wind coming from the west right across this field. There is a Blue Devil down on the play. Diane Flanagan is out on the play. And Bill Thomas, you said you believe that's 5 out on the play?
I think it's Felipe Garcia. After that tackle, he kind of landed awkward, and he's flat on his back, but it's
all of his
looking at his legs.
appendages are straight out on the play. He started to move.
I'm not sure if he just has the wind knocked out of him. They're not really working on any particular body part, but he went down awkward and hard.
And now here come the EMTs from Leominster's fire department out to support the trainers on the play as well.
I think he's saying, I want to get up, but I can't breathe. And they helped him up, and he is coming off the field. He's running off the field, which is great to see.
Billy, I got to tell you, Todd's been getting a lot of love on Facebook.
Oh, really? It's like he's the only one on the broadcast?
No.
Oh, okay. I was just curious.
He's been getting...
I love my broadcast.
But yeah, I give you all the, but you are a product of Leominster High School. I'm just a transient.
As if everyone in the world doesn't know that already.
But I feel like I'm a product.
Hey,
at least the last 10 years of this.
I am a product of this classic. There is no more fun than coming whenever they play this game. They could play it on the first Tuesday after a Monday in November. That's election day. And that's a great day to have this game. Pass is complete out to the left. It's Luis Eldorado with the completion across the 25 and down around the 23-yard line. And there it is again, throwing into that 19-mile-an-hour wind.
I said it at the beginning of the broadcast. Had they gotten this going, their aerial attack was their bread and butter. Had they been able to do that.
I thought the wind died down the way they've been throwing the ball.
Indeed, and it's still continuing to blow in their face. The snap low, but fielded by Brooks. Rolls out to his right, throws across his body. Wide open in the end zone. It was a little behind Caleb Smith, and the pass will fall incomplete on the play. That was a chance for Fitchburg to get 6.
And he was wide open. And once again, over here on Brian Rodriguez's side, I know he's a little gimpy, but looks like the Red Raiders are trying to take advantage of that. They almost did there.
2nd down and 10 to go.
A lot standing around out here, kind of sugar huddle, not really huddling up, just looking for some signals. They're ready to go.
2nd down and 10 to go. Shotgun set here. 2 receivers out in the formation to the right. They'll shift De Leon in motion from right to left. Now he aborts, turns around, goes back the other way. We saw this on a previous drive. Back to pass, Brooks throws. He was looking on the slant, coming to the inside for Latrell Bodie, and Bodie couldn't find it, and the ball will fall incomplete. 4:04 to play in the 4th quarter. 36-0 is Leominster's lead in this 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic, the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg.
Connor Marchand doing a good job of getting in the way of that play from his linebacker position. had his eyes on a pick, but couldn't quite get there in time.
Raiders standing around. Of course, the clock stopped on the incompletion here, so Brooks gets a chance to breathe, comes in with the play from the sideline, and Coach Tom DiGeronimo scans the line. Now the low snap, fielded, sets, looks to the left and throws. High and outside, incomplete. It was Latrell Bodie again they were looking for, and he couldn't find him.
Just kind of slung that one out there, a little careless on Brooks's part, but it's going to bring up 4th down again, and Red Raiders, although deep in Blue Devil territory, got to come up with a big play here if they want to avoid the shutout.
Conversation down on the field now. Again, the incompletion stops the clock with 3:57 to play in the 4th quarter. 36-0, Leominster's lead. Fitchburg, Joe White said it, determined. No matter how many times you get knocked down, you're in the muck, you're in the manure, you get up, you keep going, you keep driving forward, and Fitchburg is determined to do that. They want to score on the board. Brooks will snap and roll out to the right. Looks back across the grain, not going to get it there. Now slings it up. This pass is a jump ball, wobbler. Leominster jumps out in front. Pass is knocked down, incomplete. Bodie was the intended receiver again.
Did you see Zach Del Judas in the backfield had Andrew Brooks by the jersey, took him down with one hand, and that's what caused that wobbling duck.
Pass. Good job by the defense chasing Brooks out of the pocket, though, but that's where he's been successful on those rollouts. Blue Devils getting after him and basically having nowhere to go with that ball. Blue Devils take over.
4th down desperation does not prevail for the Red Raiders. 36-0, Leominster with the lead. 3:45 to play here in the 4th quarter. First down and 10 to go. Here come the Blue Devils. They'll snap the football right about the 15-yard line. There's the snap. Give it to Bryant Cordero. Cordero keeps it forward. A hit. He got separated from the ball again. Trey Winter separated Bryant Cordero from the football, but the wing officials come in and they say that Cordero was down on the field. That's twice now. Cordero put it on the turf earlier. It was recovered by De Leon to set up that last drive.
You know, and I noticed, and I'm going to have to check this, I don't think Brian's wearing gloves. Maybe his hands are a little cold and he's not getting a good feel for that ball. Have to get a look when they break the huddle here.
Blue Devils coming to the line. We'll have our good hands play of the day coming in about 3:05 here in the 4th quarter, or somewhere in the next 3:05. Here's the snap and the give. They fake it. No, Cora took it back. It was a run pass option. Cora kept it. He finds his way to the right sideline. He's got the 40-45 midfield, and he ran out of real estate. Fitchburg got out in front of him, shut things down, and he'll step out of bounds at the Fitchburg 49-yard line.
Good job of self-preservation there, too. And we're going to have to see what we got here if the Cora's going to come out of the game, but it looks like he's going to stay in. I thought maybe we might make a change at quarterback here, but still continue to move down the field. And I know the coach wants to cement this with a shutout, so he's going to keep his starters in there as long as that's a possibility.
Lots of experience for the sophomore here. He's got 2 more Thanksgiving days in front of him in his career. First down and 10 to go from midfield. Cora the snap. Give it to Bryant Cordero. Cordero forward he goes. Carries 3 Raiders with him to about the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6 to go. Our good hands play of the day is brought to you by Allstate insurance agent Patty Pritchard, helping people get the insurance coverage they need for more than a decade. Committed to providing you excellent service, treating you like a member of her own family. Now opening a new office at 423 Main Street in Fitchburg. With Patty Pritchard and Allstate, you're in good hands. Our Allstate insurance agent Patty Pritchard, good hands play of the day to Anthony Larson. Anthony Larson with the pick 6, 57-yard pick 6 return in the football game. What a play for the safety Anthony Larson. Historian of the rivalry, Mark Bonanza, checking in with us. Anthony Larson's pick is the 3rd longest in rivalry history by 1 yard at 57 yards on that pick 6 return of the interception.
Making history on a Thanksgiving Eve, and as you were talking about that, Brian Cordero just went for about 17 yards up the middle and moving the chains again.
With Anthony Larson and Allstate insurance agent Patty Pritchard, you're in good hands.
All right, let's move those chains back because there was a flag on the play. Looks like if we're going to have a going to be line of scrimmage or a spot foul. Trying to see how they're going to mark this. Marking it back from where the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 all over again. It looks like 2nd and 10.
1 minute, 18 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Blue Devils with the football at midfield. They'll have 2nd down and 10 to go. They've got a 36-0 lead, and a celebration gets ready to ensue. You see the kids playing in the snow on the sidelines.
Taking pictures.
Absolutely.
In the background. Great scene.
And at the first night game in Classic history. And now the Blue Devils kneel it down. Cora in victory formation kneels it down. He'll have to do it one more time to put the capper on it.
Celebrating already, doing some victory jumping jacks out there. And I will say it now, the banquet that we're going to be going to in about an hour, it's going to be a victory banquet. And the coach didn't want to talk like that earlier, and he specifically said that, but I think we can pick that low-hanging fruit right now. It's going to be a fun time.
Tickets are still available, $20 a piece at the door. Come on over for your celebration there. Blue Devil Football Club, Leominster Lodge of Elks, the location, and also the co-sponsor. Last kneel down, Cora the snap. He kneels it down. 19 ticks left off the clock, and this one is going to be over. Leominster will come back and avenge a 34-21 loss last year, breaking a win streak. They come right back with a win in 2018 under the lights. Final seconds off the clock. Leominster a winner in the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic. Leominster 36 and Fitchburg nothing. The blue smoke is up, and the Blue Devils rush the field to celebrate with their squad as well.
I love it. You talk about memories, great memories here for Blue Devils, players, coaches, fans, parents, just a great turnout. I really give the fans a lot of credit for coming out in some adverse conditions, but I think we get a much better turnout tonight than we would have tomorrow. All things considered, great decisions made by everybody associated with this game.
The Classic on the K-Zone brought to you by Enterprise Bank. Create success. Troy Hebert Construction, your first choice for your needs. Schofield Power Equipment, done right the first time. You've got Schofield Power. Acme Carpet One, 4 generations of quality work from your neighbors. And Techner Apex delivers your customized solutions. Classic on the K-Zone also brought to you by Hartman Relocation Services, Paradise Pet Spa, RC Excitement, Tiny's Trees, and Viola's Fitchburg Tire.
Great show of respect here. The handshake line led by Brian Rodriguez, Adam Couch, and Connor Marchand, all seniors. I think they're all captains.
Yes, I believe they are.
Leading a very respectful handshake line. Nice slow line. Everybody getting a pat and congratulations.
And these teams and these communities are so close with one another. And as we describe it as a battle each and every year, when that battle ends, this show of sportsmanship that you just pointed to, Bill Thomas, this is what it's all about. Day, night, doesn't matter. And that's the conversation and the celebration. Obviously, we're seeing a great sportsman who played a phenomenal football game in adverse conditions here tonight.
Couldn't agree more. You know, we didn't know how the game was going to turn out, but I think after the first quarter, we had a good feel for how things were going to go tonight, and Blue Devils just carried it through. They played 4 quarters of football tonight, and they deserve a well-deserved 36-0 win. Historical win over the Fitchburg Red Raiders.
We want to thank all of you for joining us with our partner Leominster TV on Comcast, Verizon, streaming on Facebook Live the world over as well. I want to thank Bradley Bedard for bringing you the pictures and the rest of the great staff at Leominster TV that helped get this staged in very short order to bring you this tremendous broadcast on the television side tonight. For those of you joining us on Leominster TV, it's your time now to flip it on over to AM 1280 and 105.3 FM, streaming at WPKZstream.com. You can get our full-on Classic post-game coming up right now as soon as we sign off here. For Bradley Bedard, Carl Pemerini, Jack Selly, Alan Redstone, and the rest of the staff over at Leominster TV, we thank you so very much for being a part of this one. For Bill Thomas and Kate Robbins, I am Todd Robbins, saying so long to those of you on Leominster TV. If you're joining us on the radio, continue on. The Classic post-game comes your way right now. 36-0. Leominster a winner in the 137th meeting of Leominster and Fitchburg, the 113th Thanksgiving Day Classic under the lights. A break and we're back with more. You're listening to the Classic on the K-Zone, WPKZ.